Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're set. Hey guys, Squid here. Welcome to the stream, people. And I'm sorry for the big hold up. I've been having school recently, so I've had to address work, as one may put it. But anyways, yeah, I probably should have discussed this, but here's the little surprise. Webcam. Y'all are saying that Canto 7 is probably going to be the most emotional stream of the bunch, or rather the most emotional Canto of the game. So I figured, why not get prepared? Okay, we're gonna be here. Well, Wi-Fi's been on the fritz. Router's been having problems lately. Woo!
저녁만 천에 초대되어 본 적은 없다. 바란 적도 없지. 하지만 썩 즐거워 보였던 것 같기도 하고.
Get ready for a lot of Don Quixote stuff. Yeah, I can tell. Ooh, okay, here's okay. Which treats the life and the contracts of the not so famous but valiant Don Quixote. Okay. Oh yeah, I did the 10 pool. I should probably tell you that. I got the 10 pull, and I got this guy. Deviat Association North Section 3 Sinclair, aka the Delivery Boy identity. Other than that, not much. See here. Let's see, Kurokomo Clan Wakashu, and yeah, here it is. Deviat Association North Section 3 Sinclair. Yeah, I got that. And yeah, I mean, like, is he good? Because last I checked, Heisho Pack Sinclair seems to be doing better than... Hold on, let me double check. A Rupture. Holy crap, this guy's severe. This guy is a Blunt and Rupture. Hold on, I gotta check. Okay. What a... Uh-huh. One hit. Okay, stick with Heisho. Alright. Anyways, Canto 7, the dream ending. The light, which which treats the life and the contracts of the not so famous but valiant Don Quixote. Let's check this out.
밤이 서둘러 다가온다 해도
The night approacheth with great haste.
이 어둠을 헤치고
Yet
나아가
thou shalt hew open a path, cleaving the shadows in twain.
세상에 둘도 없는
With the
가족의
blessings and
축복과
approval of thy
친절한
family,
허락을 받으며
of which there is no equal.
모든 위험한 것들을
Challenge
물리치고
and vanquish all things perilous,
행복에 닿을 수 있을 것이니
and at last we reach true happiness.
의심할 여지 없이
Thus, how indubitable
오늘 나에게 일어날
the
무엇 또한
magnificence with which
기가 막히게
mine
크다.
ingenious adventures of today shall shine.
그리고 우리에게
Which
일어날
is
모험이기도 하지.
our adventure as well.
다들 기억하지?
You remember the words,
우리
right?
체결사는
A fixer must maintain a head clear of corruption, speech free of deceit, and
행동은
conduct
관대하게.
guided by clemency. Hold on, let me move the webcam a little higher. There we go. We can see the text box now.
모험은 용맹스럽게
Show courage in adventure and bear pain in suffering,
어려운 자들에게는
and pray forget not the mercy for the downtrodden,
마지막에는
and last but not least,
목숨을 걸고
pursue your dream
꿈을 잡으러
even if it
가는
means wagering your life in the chase.
이중 하나라도
Should
지키지
you ever
못한다면
fail to stand by even one of these tenets,
내가 찾아와서
I'll smack you
너희들의
guys
머리를
upside the
때릴
head
테니까
myself.
언제나 긴장하며
Steel yourself and
똑바로 나아가도록.
always keep moving forward.
그거 참
Is that not
치사한 협박이 아닐 수 없군.
a threat most unfair?
나를 치사하네.
Manager Esquire, how unfair of thee!
치사하다 말했네.
Most unfair, I say! What is it this time?
이 몸의 차례가 온 줄 알았는데.
For once I believed that 'twas my time to shine!
그래서 이번에야말로
Much did I wish to be the one who pull off the
싶었는데.
Much did I wish to be the one to pull off the final flourish in its deserved splendor!
신문에 제대로 이름을 날릴 수도 있었을 절호의 기회였는데.
It was my chance to mark my name in the newspapers! Returning to P Corp's warp train station seemed to always remind Don Quixote of our last misadventure. She'd repeated that exact same complaint a few times by now.
응? 그런데 왜 그렇게 얼굴 표정이 우거지상인 것인가, 나리?
Huh? Wherefore dost thou make an expression of such great dourness, Manager Esquire? I don't even have a face, let alone an expression.
그렇지 않소, 나리.
How untrue! How untrue!
것인가?
Dost thou not see?
조그마한 동물이나
All things blessed with existence as heart! Even the little critters, and indeed even the blades of grass which most people bother not to linger even a fleeting thought upon. Forsooth, an existence of a heart necessitates an expression, wouldst thou not say?
그렇기에 우리는 어떤 것이든 약하다여 무시하지 말고 올곧은 마음으로 정의를 항상 행해야 한다. 이 말일세.
That is to say, we mustn't let the strength of the body be the scale with which we judge one's measure. Thus persevere, let only thy unbending heart be the tool with which thou dispensest justice. Harkark!
누가 쟤또 입 열게 했냐?
Right. Out with it. No encourage the last this time.
듣고 있는가? 나리!
Hearken unto me, Manager Esquire! Some time ago, in the freight car of the warp train. Yeah, the Warp Express, this one. Don Quixote? Hey, can you hear me? Say something. Don Quixote regards me silently. No, that's some eldritch being who I can't help but wish is Don Quixote gazing at me. She opens her mouth. My instinct is screaming at me to not listen to her, but Don Quixote has the ended? No, I don't think it's ended. Is that so? Rocinante, to me, I beseech you. I don't know if I gave her the right answer. Though my answer was an almost instinctual relay of a thought that manifested in my head, Don Quixote closes her eyes upon hearing my reply, as though drifting away into a gentle, pleasant dream, and I carefully slipped the ragged pair of running shoes she called Rocinante onto her feet. And I make a silent wish. Let her blood-red eyes never, ever open again.
벌써
Alright.
도착한 것인가?
Have we arrived?
이게 어떻게 된 것인가? 우리가 쫓던 그 악독한 혈기가 어찌하여 흔적도 없이 사라져버렸는가?
Faye! What the hell is this? Waiter had the film his blood fiend gone! Don Quixote.
설마 나리가 그 자를 잡은 것인가?
This now strike down the car? Back to present.
아쉽긴 하네. 우리 중에 파우스트랑 단테 말곤 아무도 마지막 장면을 보지 못했다.
I kind of feel like we all missed out on something cool. I wish I was there with Faust and Dante when it all went down to see how you guys managed to kill that guy, you know?
엄밀히 말하자면 그 자리에 저자도 있었다. 혈귀를 눈앞에 두고 볼썽사납게 기절해버렸다. 림버스 컴퍼니의 수치
Okay.
그 자체로군.
Okay, Otis, you're one to talk. You didn't see what I saw. You didn't see what I saw. Let's not leave a certain someone out of the story, hmm? She was there as well. Though she embarrassingly passed out like a coward in front of that blood fiend. The shame of Limbus Company, I say.
림컴수.
SOLC. Pathetic.
우리도 기절한
Come
거
on.
똑같지 않냐?
We all passed out too, didn't we?
역시
I suppose I should have been there to take the reins of the sinners.
그렇게 혈기가
Were you scared? Were you that scared of that blood fiend, Don Quixote? That's okay. I understand how you feel. A true hero standeth still and calm, unmoving in the face of such base mockery.
확실히 결정적인 순간을 놓친 건
I,
로자 씨 말대로
I agree, Roja. I do feel like we missed out on something big.
저희가 본 건
Because when we got there in the aftermath, all we saw was a very confused looking Dante standing over the blood fiend's exploded, melted parts. Huh? I was standing confused? Was I?
맞네.
So, what didst thou not wake me? I would have even forgiven thee for slapping my cheeks upside down.
그래서
So, what actually happened in there? I already told you guys earlier, didn't I? What?
그게 이것만 계속했는데 대체 뭘 말해줬다는 거죠?
It just trailed off with a that's you know, until we change the subject. What are you talking about?
혹시 머리에 불길이 치솟으면서 횡설수설하셨던 그때처럼 정신착란 증세를 보인 것은 아니십니까?
Executive manager, perhaps you were in a similar state of explosive delirium to the one you experienced earlier? I'm referring to the time when your head burst into flames. Oh, no, it's, Otis began glaring at me warily as though my clock head was about to explode at any moment. That didn't happen. That didn't happen, huh?
그럼 상대를
Well, if you won't talk, then I turn to Miss Faust, our second eyewitness. Can I get some statements from you, madam? Roja asks confidently, still in the mood to play detective.
구태여 파우스트 쪽에서
Faust does not have any information she deems necessary to spare at the moment. Necessary to share at the moment.
그럼 다시
Gotcha. Then right back to you, witness Dante.
자,
Listen up.
너희가
I have an important announcement to make, so pay close attention. I have no idea if it was a coincidence or not, but Virgilia stepped in at just the right moment to divert the sinners away from me.
알다시피 우리
As you are all well aware,
의뢰를
we have been contracted by P Corp to work on a case here.
매번
I suppose we've done this song and dance enough times for you to know what's coming.
네네.
Right. I suppose we'll be having a scuffle, song, dance, whatever the higher up tops want with distortions or abnormalities or what have you. Did I get that right?
그리고 끝에
Uh-huh! And it's a quest that leads us to lay claim upon another golden bow in our hands, is it not? Don Quixote replies, brimming with excitement.
그래. 저 둘이 대답할 정도면 나머지도 확실하게 알고 있다는 거겠지.
Yes. Well, if the two of you were able to catch on that quick, then I don't suppose any further elaboration is necessary.
하지만
However, this operation will be somewhat...
아니,
No, let me correct myself. This operation will...
상당히 달라졌다. 어쩌면 지금까지 작전 중에 제일 껄끄러워질 수 있을 거다.
No, let me correct myself. This operation will be drastically different from anything you have done so far. It may be one of our most bothersome missions.
뭐
Well,
아무튼 작전이 있었나?
when hasn't it been like that?
갑자기 이 인원의 3배 정도 되는
I guess it would be
사람들
pretty
사이에서
bothersome to have to tug
단체로
along with a group
움직이거나
that's
하면
2-3
좀
times
껄끄러울
larger
수는
than our own
있겠지만.
though, but
수감자들의 감은
listeners' intuition appears to be growing sharper by the day.
정말.
Oh, are we actually?
저 그냥.
You know what? I think I'm just going to
앞으로
keep
추측하는
these
말은
guesses to
하지
myself from
말까
now
봐.
on.
확정사항이다.
It's not something that can be negotiated.
세 배나 되는
Well,
감정이
isn't it better to join a group 3 times our size rather than to oppose it?
합동 작전을 한다는
Will this be a
것이야.
joint operation then? Who will we be working with? Can't say I have the fondest memory of joint operations.
아팠던 기억이었어.
Memories of pain, if you will. Our mission at K-Corp was our first and last experience with a joint operation.
아직도 그때 메르소의 팔 한쪽이 날아가서 기둥에 부딪히고 떨어졌던 게 생생하게 기억난다고.
Still vividly remembering watching Mersault's arm fly off, smacking against the pillar and squelching onto the floor.
정확히는
A more accurate recounting of the event would have included the fact that my scapula was also forcibly separated from my torso.
그냥 이번에도 우리끼리 하면
Oh, hey,
안 돼?
Brick. Hi, Big N.
다른 사람들은 영 도움도 안 되고 걸리적거리기만 할 걸.
Can't we just keep this between us? The other guys will just get in our way and screw everything up.
저 녀석의 말에 적극
I
동의하게
can't
되는
believe I'm saying this,
오랜만이군.
but I strongly agree with that one.
오만한 발언이.
How presumptuous of you all.
너희들만 그런
You
생각을
do well to
가지고
remember that you are not the
작전에
only
참여하지
team
않을
coming into this
것이라는
operation
너희
harboring such arrogant
꼭
thoughts.
이번 의뢰는
This contract is, after all, an open contract posted by the Hana Association, the association overlooking the operations of fixers. Virgilio stopped himself, noticing an ominous aura from one of the sinners. There stood Don Quixote, practically vibrating with excitement. Someone gag Don Quixote at your earliest convenience.
내가 맡.
I mean,
쇠구멍만한 사람
anyway,
소리가
this means that
그것을
our colleagues joining this operation won't be any ragtag bands of fixers from some alleyway office no one's ever heard of. It is very likely that fixers from somewhat established associations will be joining us. You stop wriggling your lips!
가만히 놔둘.
I am so glad that Otis was here to stop Don Quixote from exploding into joy. Because if she hadn't, we'd be drawing the attention of every single person in a sizable radius around us.
그래서 뭐 어떤 걸 처리해야 되는
Right. So what kind of monster are we dealing with this time?
아니.
More than
어떤
that,
식으로 처리하는지가 궁금해.
how do they want it done?
뒷골목
You're talking like some shady backstreets fixer. Virgilius looked up just as Heathcliff asked his question.
자세한 건
Further details
마침 우리에게
will be shared with our client who graces us with her timely arrival.
들어보도록 하지.
Ma'am. Okay, that I should probably get this off my chest. I am very apparent with skin tight suits. Very apparent. Okay, in Witches explored, Limbus Company is not exactly first alliance with a wing. Wait, hold on. What do you know? This is actually like chapters in a book. Neat. So she's the one we were supposed to meet here at the station.
이거 특색 붉은 시선님을 뵈어 영광이군요.
Hello, ma'am. Nice to meet you.
그 외에도 모두들 반갑습니다. 저는 피사 아카이빙 부서의 부장 채사라입니다.
Oh my god. She's beautiful. Oh my god, that looks magnificent. She's beautiful. Okay. Everyone, I am pleased to meet you all. I'm Cesara, head manager of P Corp Archival Department.
아카이빙 부서?
Archival
뭔가 기록하는
Department?
일이라도
So
하는
you
건가?
are bookkeepers then?
그렇다고 할 수 있죠.
And a matter of speaking,
다른 날개는
yes.
몰라도
It is a
피사에서는 꽤 중요한 부서랍니다.
In a matter of speaking, yes. It is a rather significant department within P Corp, regardless of how other wings treat their own archivists.
그런 중요한 부서의 부장이 찾아왔다는 건 이제 정말로 이 회사가 꽤 유명해진 건가?
If a bigwig like the head manager of such an important department is here to see us herself, then, boy, I guess we really are putting our names out there.
틀린 말은 아니네요.
Not an
당신도
entirely
림버스
incorrect
컴퍼니에
assessment.
대한 이야기는
I did hear some things about you and Limbus Company through the word of mouth.
뭐라더라?
What was it?
황금가지라는
Ah,
것만 얻을
yes.
수 있다면
A medium-sized enterprise with its employees gladly braving death to see a contract to its end. All just to obtain these golden bows.
틀린 말.
That's true, I guess, but hey, she's actually making us sound pretty impressive, huh?
바로 그것이네. 본인과 동료들은 수많은 역경과 죽음을 각오하며 무수한 악들을 처단해냈지.
Forsooth! I and my dearest compatriots vanquished countless evils through all kinds of hardships and deadly foes. Braved death indeed. The other sinners were more confused than impressed by her description, but it was clear from Don Quixote's practically twinkling eyes that she was immensely infatuated by it.
이쪽에서도 이번 의뢰에 대한 대략적인 내용은 전달받았습니다.
We did receive a brief of this contract.
다양한 해결사들이
A
모여
particularly
수차례나
stubborn
거부를
urban nightmare
시도했고
case, which all kinds of fixers have failed to rout despite their repeated attempts.
맞아요.
Correct?
해결사들이 올 때마다 선수, 부장식이나 되는 당신 같은 사람이 마중 나와 줄 리는 없었을 테고.
I doubt it is customary for the head manager of an entire department to greet every no-name fixer office looking to make a name for themselves.
네, 그것 또한 맞습니다.
Correct again.
더군다나
And seeing how you've gone to the lengths to privately deliver this particular contract to our hands,
우리에게 원하는
this isn't a simple urban nightmare eradication contract, is it?
그 이상의 뭔가
I sense that your expectations of us extend beyond simply defeating it.
아까 말한
There must be a particular task you're expecting us to brave death for, given your emphasis.
뭔가
이상한
What an
기분이네요.
odd feeling. I wasn't
굳이
going to hide you.
숨길 생도 아니었지만 간파당한 느낌이라.
I wasn't going to hide it from you anyway, but it feels as though you're reading me like an open book. We stared in dumbfounded silence as Virgilius effortlessly cut through the hoops to get to the core of the contract.
맞아요.
Yes,
토벌 대상이
your
있는
people
위치
were quite
어딘가에
blunt about this when you contacted
황금가지라는
us.
게 있다고 해요. 이건 당신들 쪽에서 우리에게 먼저 연락을 취해서 말한 정보죠.
Yes, your people were quite blunt about this when you contacted us first. There's this golden bow somewhere near our eradication target.
처음에 그
Like,
연락을
I
받았을
was
때
so
얼마나
astonished when I picked up that
황당했던지.
call. Your people
황금가지가
refused to
뭐냐는
answer our
말에도
questions,
정확하게
refused to
대답을
tell us what
해주지도
these
않고
golden bows are,
정확한 좌표는
insisted that we let your
당신들
people
인원이
inside the
직접
zone to
그
confirm the
구역으로
exact
들어가야지만
coordinates.
알 수 있다고.
I almost thought it was a
난
prank call or
장난전화인 줄
something.
알았다니까요.
하지만
I
그
believe we
순간
also made you an
결코
offer you couldn't
거절하지 못할
refuse.
제안도 함께이지 않았습니까?
Oh, hey, Dad. Nice of you to make it. I believe we also made you an offer you couldn't refuse. Always the Godfather. Always the Godfather.
장담하는데 당신들 회사에는 정보 수집력이 어마어마하게 대단한 정보원이나
I don't know if it's a
유능한
particularly
정보 부서가 있을
versatile
거예요.
agent or a very proactive intelligence department, but your company has some serious intel gathering capabilities. Cesara let out a deep sigh and leaned against a wall, her shoulders slumping slightly.
그래서
So,
토벌해야 되는 게 정확히
what
어떤
exactly
거예요?
are we eradicating this time?
여러 해결사가 모인 걸 보니
Given that we have hopeful fixers queuing up to join the
지난번처럼
mission,
지구에서 탈출한
what, is it an
한성치라도
escaped
어딘가에
abnormality
보관하고
wreaking
있는
havoc
건가요?
somewhere like last
혹은
time?
뒤틀림이라거나.
Or is it a distortion? Because if it is, Jasara wordlessly stared at Ishmael as she began to rapid fire her list of questions.
설명. 그러니까
Right. Forgot to
한성체나
explain.
뒤틀림이라는
So
건
abnormalities and
일종의
distortions are the kind of
백년
monsters that may look
같은
similar at first glance. If our
차라리
only
그런
problem was just
것이었으면
another monster to
더
deal with.
좋았을 뻔했을 텐데요.
Something had caught my eye immediately after we arrived at this place. The missing persons flyers. Countless flyers, each in search of a different person, were taped to the pillars inside the station. Looks like the people of P Corp are randomly going missing in no discernible age or gender patterns. Jasara, realizing that we were staring at the wall of missing persons flyers, began.
전단지가 떼어지지
As you can
않고
see, the
종이가
flyers are all
너덜거릴
old,
때까지
faded,
붙어있다는 거.
and tattered to the point where the papers are starting to peel off.
여전히
Which means
그들이
that none of them have
집으로
returned home
무사히 돌아오지 않고
safely.
있다는 거.
토벌해야 하는
So we're not dealing
개체가
with an
아니라
entity then.
현상인가?
It is a phenomenon.
행복한 미소가
The land where the
꽃피는
happiest smiles bloom.
옛 이야기 속의
The amusement
놀이공원
park
라만차
of fables and legends. La Mancha Land.
라만차랜드.
La Mancha Land.
집계가 된 실종자
More than several dozen people have been reported missing, but the real number is likely much higher.
두달 전
Most of the guests who visited La Mancha Land, which mysteriously materialized 2 months ago at the back streets of P Corp, are still trapped within.
실종? 오로지 즐거움만이 가득해야 마땅한 놀이동산에서 어찌 그런 일이...
They have gone missing, thou sayest. Yet how can that be? 'Tis against the nature of amusement parks to be so full of horror, not joy.
제게 할당된
I simply did not have enough manpower under my authority to deal with this.
생긴 지 사흘
It
만에
was designated an urban plague 3 days after its first appearance, and now it's been escalated to an urban nightmare.
하지만 도시의
Curious.
별도 아니고
If it is a mere urban nightmare, not even a star of the city, then shouldn't P Corp be able to easily handle this on its own?
그게
That's the
다른
thing.
부서에서는
The other
그리
departments aren't
주목하지
really
않는
interested in this
현상이라.
phenomenon,
전투
which
부서의
means that the
정규
marshal
직원들이
department won't be sending their
투입되지
elite employees to
않았거든요.
handle this case.
왜?
What?
왜
Get wherefore?
피사에서는
Why don't
그들을
P Corp
투입시켜주지 않은
not
건가?
deploy their elite forces to simply vanquish this risk to the lives of the innocent? Don Quixote was now completely and emotionally invested in this gripping tale of tragedy that our client was sharing. Chisara seemed to be enjoying Don Quixote's excessive, almost theatrical reaction,
이 현상이 나타난 장소가 뒷골목이니까요.
because the phenomenon only affects the back streets.
둥지였다면
Imagine if it happened
당장이라도
somewhere within the
앞쪽 부서의
nest.
정예
Squadrons
요원들을
of elite
배치했을
agents
거예요.
from the compression department would have descended the moment it manifested.
걱정하시죠. 제 사람.
That's enough beating around the bush, head manager Cisara. What more are you hiding?
당신의 직책이
It would have been a walk in the park for someone of your status and stationary requisition agents from a different department.
림버스 컴퍼니를
So,
선택한
explain.
이유는
Why did you really go through the trouble of hiring Limbus Company?
네네.
Yes. My, you really are
못
unrelenting.
이기겠군요. 알겠어요. 자백하겠습니다.
Fine, I confess. The
저희
goal of our
부서의
department
목적은 라만차랜드를
isn't the
없애는 것이
eradication of La
아닙니다.
Mancha Land.
자,
Now,
당신들은
you'll soon be heading into La Mancha Land with the other fixers.
한 가지
A
조언을
piece of advice, if
드리자면
you will.
당신들이
Do not let the
황금
other
가지를
fixers
찾으러
know that you are
왔다는
here to
사실을
find the golden bow.
다른 황금 가지라는
If they were to
미지의
somehow
것이
find out that there is a mysterious
어딘가에
artifact called
숨겨져
the golden
있다고
bow hidden
섣불리
somewhere within that zone,
해결사들에겐
it could
또 다른
start attracting
보상으로
unwanted
여겨질
attention
수도
from fixers who
있으니까요.
consider it a bounty separate
괜히
from the
저들을
eradication
자극하지
reward.
말라는 소리죠.
No need to stir the pot.
물론
And I'm sure you were all savvy enough to know that it would be wise to keep quiet about the true objective of our department, if you know what I mean.
한마디로
I hear you loud and clear.
피사와 림버스
Let's keep this hush hush
컴퍼니
between
서로가
P Corp and
원하는
Limbus
것을
Company.
조용히
We
얻고
both get what we
처리하자는
want,
소리예요.
and we can go our separate ways once this business is over. No fuss, no muss. Did I get that right?
정리가 깔끔하시네요.
That's a pretty good summary.
너무 얕잡아 보지 말도록.
Who do you think
그렇게
we
멍청하게
are?
기회를 나불거릴
I can
자가
tell you
우리
right
중에
now that when it comes to OPSEC,
있을 수도 있나.
some of us might fall slightly behind.
이제 슬슬
It's about time we got to the point. We're only attracting more unwanted eyes by lingering here. That's true. Here's your mission. Enter La Mancha Land, find a thing or someone that created La Mancha Land, and bring it to me. Or someone. The thing or someone is too insufficient a description. We do not even know if what we seek is made of organic or inorganic material. So why do you need the thing, person, who created La Mancha Land? Shouldn't eradicating it be enough? Jasara's eyes twinkled for a brief moment as they lingered on Sinclair.
왜 그러시나요?
Did I say something wrong?
그런 질문을
I don't know.
할 거라는
I
생각조차
suppose I was
하지
flabbergasted by
못했어요.
your boldness of daring to ask a question like that.
제가 당신들에게
Notice how I'm not
황금
asking you
가지를
why
왜
you're
찾아
looking for the
헤매고
golden
있냐는
bows.
뭐? 굳이
Well,
숨길
it's
만한
not like it's a
내용은
big secret or
아니지만요.
anything.
굳이
If you really do
말씀드리자면
want to know, here it
그
is.
피해에
I
대한
just want
책임을
whoever
묻기
or whatever it
위해서죠.
is behind this case to be held responsible for the damages they've caused.
맞는 말이지. 그런 극악무도한 짓을 저지른 자에겐 마땅한 처벌이 내려져야 하는 법.
Forsooth. A villain who had committed such wicked atrocity deserved a punishment most fitting.
그리고 겸사겸사
And as a little bonus, I get to push some achievements under my belt to give my department a little push to rise above the others. I could use a promotion about now, you know.
어차피
I suppose it doesn't matter whether we accept your proposition or not. You must have already reached an agreement with the top brass of our company.
만약 우리가
Right.
그것을 직접
But what if,
없애버리는데
after kicking that phenomenon's ass,
그 요상한
we don't
놀이공원을
bother bringing in the bloke who made that bizarre amusement park?
그때는 어쩔 거냐?
What'll you do then? Heathcliff spoke crassly, but it was a reasonable question. After all, there was also a chance that we could fail to bring the culprit here, even if we wanted to.
당장 손에 넣을 수는
Well,
없겠지만
then I suppose then we'll start looking into what these golden bows are, even if we won't get our hands on them immediately.
갖고 오지 않으면 앞으로 우리의 것을 빼앗을 수도 있다는 말이야.
So you'll start getting in our way if we don't bring you what you want. Is that it?
물론 데려온다면
It would
굳이
be a rather
그런
unnecessary and
불확실한 걸
cost-ineffective
연구할 필요는
research
없겠죠.
investment, of course, but you just might force our hand if you don't do as we requested.
그리고 지금이야 라만차랜드가 도시 악몽에 머무르고 있다 해도 그 위험도의 성장세가 가파르다 보니 도시 곳곳에서 조금씩 주목받고 있어요.
Besides, while Lamantoland is only an urban nightmare at the moment, its threat level is rising exponentially. This means that more and more people in the city are beginning to catch wind of this case. Okay, hold on. Let me read the name in chat here. Cognitively, that nature that which is determined ineffable. Interesting statement. Cognitively, the nature that which is determined ineffable. Ineffable. Oh, Brick says he likes it. That's nice.
지금 이 순간에도
Numerous
여러
fixers from all over the city are gathering here at this very moment to eradicate Lamantoland to demonstrate my point. So, you're saying that we're not your only option.
돈과 명예를 원하는
Who doesn't love fame and fortune?
언제나
We could always get a
마르는
truckload of willing
법이겠죠.
participants if we wanted to.
아,
Oh, and maybe,
어쩌면
just
그
maybe,
해결사들도
some fixers among them may find themselves
조만간
becoming particularly interested in these golden bows.
관심을 가질
I
수도
swear, these
있을
precious
거예요.
artifacts must have a particular smell that attracts fixers to,
있으면
like bees to honey.
강매를 풍겨오김.
Got it. You want this mission taken care of before the phenomenon attracts too much attention.
이번에도 이야기의 핵심을
Oh,
잘
you're cutting right through the
파악하네요.
fluff again?
맞아요.
Anyways,
다행인 일이죠.
you got that right.
서로가
Isn't it
찾고
fortunate how we
있는
both
게
seem to be under the impression that what each of us is looking for
서로에게만 가치
won't be of
있다고
much
판단하고
use to the
있습니다.
other, for now, at least?
그래서 당신들도
I suppose that is
한
why you're
가지에
keeping
대해
the nature of those
말을
golden
아끼는
bows discreet.
저희도
And that is why we're keeping it on the down low about what created Lamantoland. Agreed. The more eyes observe an info, the less value it has. Like run-of-the-mill mass-produced products.
그럼 그렇지. 난 또 기념품이라도 챙겨주는 줄 알았잖아. 괜히 따로 부른 게 아니었네.
Of course it's all work talk. I got excited for a sec thinking we were about to get some nice souvenirs.
당신들에게 거는 기대가
We have
커요.
very high expectations for every single one of you.
죽음까지도
After all,
불사시는
you're all
분들이잖아요.
willing to die for this, aren't you? Oh, hey, Snack. Yeah, I got a face cam. I thought I'd pop it up given that this Canto is gonna be particularly interesting. So why not mix it up? She keeps saying that. This is what every single one of our contracts has been like. Our stability and safety go out the window the moment a mission begins in earnest. We share nothing but our code goals and objectives, not exchanging anything deeper than the shallowest transactions. I've grown to accept this as an inevitability, but I do know that this is probably not the right way. Ahem! Amidst the dull and resigned eyes of the other sinners, Don Quixote's eyes alone burn with passionate fire.
제사라 부장이시여, 믿어주시게.
Thou mayest put thy faith in us, head manager Cesara. Aye, Don Quixote, and my compatriots here at Limbus Company shall put an end to the terrible reign of this La Mancha land and rescue every single victim it had claimed. And mark my words, we shall pinch this vile rascal who created La Mancha land by the collar and present them before thee, smite them with the hammer of justice in everyone's stead.
어머나, 그거 참 안심이 되는 말이네요.
My. You certainly know how to inspire confidence. That's more than I could say for the vast majority of fixers I've known. I, Don Quixote, shall battle valiantly and honorably. Thus shall my name be forever etched in the halls of Peacock. Don Quixote was bouncing up and down like she was prepared to stand at Cesara's beck and call.
그만.
Please stop.
그 짧은 시간에
This woman certainly wasted no time figuring out how to turn her into putty in her hands.
저 녀석이 너무 쉬운 거 아니냐?
It ain't really that difficult to see how the last works, to be fair.
자, 그럼 슬슬 이동할까요?
Well then, shall we get a move on?
떠나세.
Let us depart. Lead the way, Lady Chisara.
안타깝지만 안내는
Oh,
없어요.
I'm sorry.
저는
Sadly, I can't go there with you.
여기
Please head to the location marked on this piece of paper.
어째서인가?
What for?
자네 혼자
A journey on thy lonesome shall be so dreary, no?
당연하잖아.
Isn't it obvious? If we show up at the fixers gathering with the head manager of a whole department in tow, we'll attract more eyes than the superstars on the red carpet.
우리랑 피사가 모종의 연결고리가 있다는
Yep.
냄새를 바로 맡게
I'm
되겠지.
sure they'll sniff out our connection to P Corp at a glance. Yet, are we not stars of super variety a good goal to strive for?
돈키호테.
Don Quixote, this might come as news to you, but sometimes words can mean more than one thing at a time.
현장은
There's a
뒷골목에
pass that'll
있으니
let you move freely between the back streets and the nest of P Corp. Do
당분간
note that
피사의
it's a work
뒷골목
visa,
같은지
however, so it won't last
자유롭게 오갈 수
forever.
있는
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot to read. Let's see, my friend bought the LabCorp and is doing without guide or wiki. Is he insane? I don't know. It sounds more like a learning moment, but at the same time, I've seen some footage of LabCorp. He's probably fucked. Anyways, back to the game. If they can just hand out something so important that easily, I can't imagine why your department won't be able to handle it themselves. Sinclair was still quietly suspicious, but that small doubt was practically buried in the brief commotion that followed as the sinners gathered in front of Chisara to receive their visa. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Wherein the sinners are accepted and respected by fixers in the ways of the city. Shit.
지정 보호 구역의 소요 사태 확인.
Ah, crap.
잠깐. 이번 임무는 내가 나갈게.
주군께서 모이를 뿌리셨으니
잠깐. 이번 임무는 내가 나갈게. 괜찮지?
주군
잠깐.
지정 보호 구역의 소요 사태 확인.
Ain't got enough room for Gregor, and I don't have anything good for him either. Oh, your association's not that good. And Rose Spanner's practically low grade. It won't last. I think I'll just stick to this. I'll get 3 out of the 4 available bonuses. I'm hoping I can get Gregor something nice. Hopefully.
내 명을 들은 시비수 결집이다.
My god. P-Corp looks nice, but goddamn do the back streets look dreary. Old-fashioned looking too. Chisara's directions led us to an empty lot in the back streets.
뭐야 여기?
The hell is this now?
뒷골목은 보통
This ain't like the tight alleyways of the back streets I knew. What's this huge empty lot doing here?
그러게.
Right?
뒷골목에서
Weird,
이
it's
정도의
rare to
땅을
see this
노리는
much real
건
estate go unused in the back streets.
이유는 모르겠지만
There are a bunch of banners hanging by the buildings for some reason too.
너희는
Miss Faust
현장을
and I
보고
com-
있도록.
Miss Faust and I will converse with the person in charge. The rest of you, assess the situation in the meantime. Don't start any trouble. Don't start too much trouble until we return.
여부가 있겠는가?
Thou mayest place thy faith in us. He's given up on the swim, hope that we won't be getting into any trouble without him.
자, 그럼
Well, let's see what we're working with here. The empty lot was surrounded by all kinds of warning signs and perimeter tapes, deterring anyone from haphazardly wandering inside. And when we reached out to grab the tapes to duck under them, dude, hey, dude! A voice rang out, stopping us in our tracks. Yeah? I mean, what?
잘 모르는 것 같아서 하는 말인데 여기 함부로 들어오면 안 돼요. 안 돼.
Why does this motherfucker look like a beta version of Kaiji? Alright, I'll be nice since it doesn't seem like you guys know what you just walked into. This place is off limits, okay? Off limits! Fixers only, like the me and the rest of this people gathered here. Yeah? F-I-X-E-R-S. Civvies aren't allowed on the operation grounds. Jeez, these P-Corp folks sure are sloppy with their perimeter job. Wait, why did you look at me when you said that? Wait!
우리를 걱정해 주는 것인가?
Oh, thou art concerned for our safety? No worries, good man, no worries. Fixers we may not be, but the daring heart of justice that burns within thee is just as bright as our own. Forsooth, we are prepared to brave death to see it. Don Quixote confidently leaps over the warming tape and... Sorry, let me say it again. Don Quixote confidently leaps over the warning tape and scampers into the empty lot. Hey, do you have any idea what you're walking into? Hark! We arrive here on a contract just as you! The contract for the eradication of La Mancha land! I could practically hear everyone in the empty lot turning around to look at us. The looks in their eyes could hardly be described as friendly. In fact, their alarm at our arrival was palpable. That's when one of the fixers, wielding a massive weapon, strode in our direction. You're here for the hunt, you twerps?
아이고, 그러고 보니 무기 점검하는 걸로 잊어버렸네. 이럴 때가 아니지. 얼른 가서 마저 손질해야겠다.
Oh man, silly me. I forgot to do maintenance for my weapons. I don't have time for this. I guess I'll go take care of that now. Bye. The obnoxious guy, who was clearly way in over his head, hurried away when the giant of a fixer stomped his way into the conversation. And the other fixers shook their heads as though they knew what was about to happen. You're clearly not fixers from an association. Obviously not anyone from an office or of even passing renown. How many more of these small-time freeloaders are we going to take on? Except any more of them, and we'd end up having to split an on of that reward money between us. We're already getting these bloody tossers rearing for a fight, eh? And when some in their garbs patently say Fanghofens, yet Don Fangs has to mean, you even seen one of them in person before? Pretty, seen what? What fiends? What fiends? Wait, we're dealing with blood fiends in this contract. We were not informed of any blood fiend involvement in this contract. Would you look at that? No, nothing amateurs, all of them. It makes my blood boil to watch idiots like you rushing to nab a contract just for the promise of some cash and fame. Not only do you get in the way of the hunt, but you also really spoil the fun out of this activity. See, what's so wrong with keeping your eye on the money? Roja, I don't think they're here just for the contract reward. Yes, this case seems to hold a special meaning to them. Fools driven by their creed are much more troublesome to deal with than simpletons motivated by money. I refuse to take part in an operation alongside these idiots who don't even know what it's like to deal with blood fiends. STFU. As much as I would like to avoid entertaining you amateurs, I'll admit that curiosity has gotten the better of me. What did she just say to me? Shut the fuck up, you arrogant son of a... It was shut that flap hole, ugly. Looks like you let a bit of your personal feelings bleed into that interpretation. But yours wasn't half bad. Anyway, this isn't our first blood feed contract, you know? It may not be much, but we've dealt with them before. We don't get deserved to talk down to you by like that. Not one of us. At least when it comes to fighting. Great comeback. But I'm docking a few points for that hesitation there. So this ain't your first rodeo, eh? Then show me what you've got. What if you're all talk or if you're real hunters ready for the real deal? What? Mate, are we really doing this? Here, before we even set foot in there. I'm telling you, we've got permits and everything!
너무 걱정은
Don't be a baby. I'll hurt you just enough to send you home crying. Or a broken arm and leg convince you.
집으로 돌아가는
You'll thank us on your train home. I'd say an arm and a leg are much more acceptable losses than getting your blood brutally drained by a blood fiend. I don't know about that one, Chief. You're not in a position to make these demands. This is not your day.
병사라도 적재적소에 쓰지 않으면 무위무능한 법. 우선 전황부터 살피지.
형국 정도는 읽었다. 나머지는 칼을 휘두를 일 아닌가.
Are you kidding me?
말로 받아내라. 저 해충들을 도려내. 물 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라. 모여 길을 열어라. 다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨어요. 매일 보아하면서도 감회가 새로워요. 다음은 너죠.
자가당차기로다. 흔치 않은 기회니 이 틈에 승기를 붙이자꾸나.
날개를 펼치고 시비수에게 발톱을 걸어. 이 앞에 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
아, 여기서 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
모든 것에 견뎠어.
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상 낙장 불입이랍니다. 날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어. 하나 넘고 물 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました。エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
불가 위하여 막아내지 못하리. 틈을 끊어 바로
There we go.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
A stagger.
튀울 수 없겠구나.
놀랐어?
Holy shit, we nearly knocked out the leader.
このまま行けば敵を食い止められます。
일기당천.
이제 깨우치시길.
마음 놓고 열어젖히고 하나 넘고 셋 넘고 무수히 넘고 얼마든지 꺾고 제쳐라.
的
And
な攻撃でした。
that's the end of it. That was pretty quick.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼구나. 핏물진 길.
Of what befell our company upon our departure from the Red Geese's
세월이
hands.
지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가
필두 출진.
즐거움 언제나 순탄치 않았고 때로는 어설펐지만 여러분과 함께하는 여행은 늘 제 마음을 설레게 만들었답니다. 그렇게 여기서 멈추고 싶지 않아요, 단테님.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 혈염동 바로 모아쳐라.
옳다.
최선의 방어.
차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
Okay, I'm glad you asked, Brick. I'm pretty sure Canto 9 would be particularly violent considering Ryochu's love for the macabre.
꺾고 제쳐라. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
대검의 머리가 쪼개지진 않았을 텐데.
뭐란다. 다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 어디로? 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 보아왔는데도 지금은 감회가 새로워요.
불가 위야.
시비수에게 명한다.
막아내지 못하리.
이 안에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
틈을 끊어 바로 이용하군요.
A
친히 목을 떨궈주마. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
빈틈투성이네.
쓸수 있지, 의도 있지. 저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면 그 용도를 고민하는 것이 상책이지.
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요.
oh hey, Time Ripper, nice of you to make it.
불가 위야. 이제 깨우치시게.
Brick. Snack saying you missed Cesara's introduction. You know, the lady in the nice skin-tight suit. They're saying you missed that part. Your transformation. I must say, I haven't seen anything like it before. That's enough demonstration for you, you twit. Fine, I'll admit, you've got some skill. Oh, you're not half bad. We always welcome cooperation with fellow fixers who can carry their own weight. Hey, I recognize you. I saw you guys busily chatting away back at the warp train platform. My name's Romero, by the way.
일행이 싸우는.
You just sat there and watched as your men were out here fighting. Yeah, but the fight was already underway when I got here. And I doubt I would have been able to talk them out of it. Besides, I had a feeling that you guys could hold your own against my men. So please allow me to ask for your understanding. They're not bad people, just on edge. Anyone would be after what they've gone through in their struggles against the Blood Fiends.
이해하오. 그런 존재를 사냥하다 보면 많은 것에 의구심을 품을 수밖에 없을 테니.
You have my understanding. Hurting entities such as those who lie beyond the ken must plant seeds of doubt in many a heart of men.
사실 나도 얘들 의견에 부분적으로는 동의해. 토벌 상대에 비해서 피사와 하나협회에서 내건 토벌 참가족과는 지나칠 정도로 분별력이
What the
떨어져.
hell am I looking at? What the hell? Anyways. Right. And I do agree with them, at least partially. The bar set by P Corp and the Hana Association for fixers participating in the contract is shockingly low and indiscriminate.
나였다면
If it were up to me, I would have set a more strict set of conditions. His friendly smile faltered slightly as he gestured around the empty lot. Look around, over there by the command tent. Just one look at who we're working with, and I'm sure it'll become plenty clear that they don't know what they're walking into. They should have hired only the professionals to take on this contract. Around the command tent. We all simultaneously turned to look at the large, noisy tent.
여러분들 봤어? 저기 입구 쪽에서 싸움 난 거? 정말 난장판이지? 세상에, 내가 이런 놈들이랑 같은 의뢰를 하면서 부대 끼고 있어야 된다는 거야.
Okay, that's pretty so. Yeah, I think Romero here had a point. I don't know if I have a duty. I'm going to voice this, even though I'm going to fucking hate it. Oh, great. It's the streamer. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Right fucking now. Wow. Chad, is this for real? There was a huge brawl by the entrance. It's real amateur hour out here, guys. Can you believe that I gotta stand shoulder to shoulder with these idiots for the contract?
저자는 또
What
뭐지?
the hell is he doing? In the distance, we saw some guy running his mouth and striking several exaggerated dramatic poses at a tiny device. Most likely a camera of sorts. No, we have all had experience with someone like him in the past. That guy reminds me of a certain someone.
지크프리트처럼 사진을 찍어대네요.
He's taking pics like that guy Siegfried. He ran around for a while, visiting every corner of the empty lot, trying to get every detail in the frame. And suddenly started striding towards us in an annoyed gait.
이봐, 너희.
Hello, yes, you guys over there.
본인을 불렀는가?
Hast thou called upon us?
좀 다른 데로 가줄래? 시청자들한테 방해가 되잖아.
You mind loitering around somewhere else? Shoot, you're getting in the way of my viewers, guys. I don't know, this seems like the sickest fucking irony, Mr. Wannabe Musketeer. You got the looks, but you ain't got the manners.
저희의 통행에도 방해가 되는데요.
But you're literally in our way, guy. He whipped his attention back to the camera as though he was pretending to not to hear what Ishmael said, or as if he decided her words weren't entertaining.
아, 지금 내가 어디 왔냐고.
Oh, you want to know where I am? Hold on to your seats, guys. I'm in the back streets of District 860. Yep, where P Corp is.
맞아.
Oh yeah, remember that P Corp vintage semi.
아이스크림 반영구 통조림 후기 방송 다들 기억하지? 그런데 아쉽게도 오늘은 아이스크림을 먹으러 온 게 아니야.
Oh yeah, remember the P Corp 150 vintage semi-permanent canned ice cream unboxing and review live stream? Yup, the very same. Unfortunately, I'm not here to eat ice cream today.
저 양반은 아까부터 계속 뭐 하고 있는 거야?
So I've been meaning to
누구한테 말하려고
ask,
있는 건데?
who's that fella even talking to? The heck is he doing?
아마도 방송을 보고 있는
I think he's talking to his viewers who are watching his show.
모종의 방송.
It appears that he is the host of a certain show. It has been reported that in certain parts of the city, a new culture of live streaming via those cameras has been on the rise.
무례한 작자네.
What a rude piece of work.
꼬맹이.
Don't let him get you down, kiddo. What? Huh? What a glorious day it is!
경사스러운 날이야. 저자는
Behold! That man is Sir Camille of Sync Association West! His name honored as one of the top 10 up-and-coming new generation fixers featured in the October issue of Fixer Monthly! One of the big 3 fixer magazines of the city!
누누이 말하는 거지만 그런 걸 아는 사람.
I know we say this every single time, but most people don't know what... Never mind. Oh, god damn! Okay, hold on, let me see this. Brick saying the streaming world of Limbus must be worse than Kick. Persona says he has 2,000 Ego Shard crates and 900 lunacy. Brick's got 4k lunacy. Time Ripper's got 31 crates and a 1k lunacy. Yeah, that's gonna... yeah, that's pretty concerning considering the next state of affairs, but... it could be worse. Okay, let's see what we got here. Persona saying we got streamers in the PM universe. This just proves that Kim Ji-hoon is from this city. But hey, it's just a theory. A game theory. Man, I like watching that channel. How? Have you not hearkened when I shared the news of this grave significance aboard the bus? Have none of you heeded my words? Are you mad? Why would I listen to you when I can nap instead? Such ranging over a winding path is off the cause for sickness on the road, Miss Don Quixote. The grumbling sinners clearly existed outside Don Quixote's world. She was breathing very heavily, a look of admiration clear on her face. I for one did not imagine, even in my wildest dreams, that I should be shaking hands with Sir Camille in person. Of course, no one shook hands or exchanged the simplest pleasantries with Camille just yet. Yeah, but it's more of the moment. She's practically... I wouldn't say it's exactly a who's who, but it's she's practically surrounded by a bunch of... She's practically got a bunch of high names working with us. Okay, in which the tale of our young master is revealed. Interesting. So embarrassing. Do you really have to clown around with that thing while on a mission?
와, 여러분 보여? 이쪽은 이번 임무에서 내 보조를 맡은 스바이어프의 폴라.
Wow, hey chat, look! Allow me to introduce to you all Paula from the Zwei Association. She'll be my sidekick in this mission. Listen, I'm not your sidekick.
착장을 보면 알겠지만 나랑 똑같이 서부에서 온 해결사들이야.
As you can probably tell from her outfit, she's a fixer from the West, just like myself. The association sometimes sticks to me with sidekicks like her against my will for some contracts. A joint operation, you know? Oh yeah, totally. I know I really shine when I work alone. But what can I do? Gotta do what the higher-ups tell me to do. You get it, right? Well, why don't you say hello to my dear fans anyway, Miss Paula? A collaboration of the Sync and the Zwei. Two formidable forces together as one. I think she's tearing up. What great, glorious, grand, blood-pumping feeling this is! My heart pounds madly as though its explosion nigh!
매일 영상으로만 본 자들이, 책자로만 보던 자들이, 피규어로만 보던 자들이 직접 걸어다니고 이야기하는 걸 눈앞에서 보고 있다니!
The great figures I had previously seen only through recordings, through books, through figurines, are here before me in the flesh, conversing, ambling right before mine eyes. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, there's Fang Hunt. There's the Fang Hunt hunters. There's Camille. Okay, I see some tattooed guys, and oh, that looks like Zwine. I think that looks like more Zwine in the back. I'm not sure. That said, nice CG. Do you know most of the fixers here then, Don Quixote?
구독 중인 해결사 잡지에 나온 해결사들은 대부분 거의 다 모조리 알고 있네.
If a fixer had been featured in one of the magazines I am subscribed to, then fairly. Right, if that's the case, and if everyone here are all fixers, then she probably knows who that person is too, right? That person who's been staring daggers at us this whole time. And who are they over there? That group of fixers who's been staring at us for a while. Allow me to observe.
벌써부터 림버스 컴퍼니를 알아보는 해결사가 있단 말이야. 아이, 이거 참 곤란한데. 그래서 일부러 일면에 본인 사진을 실는 건.
Had our reputation already preceded us to be recognized by mere sight? This is a joyous conundrum indeed. It is precisely why I had said that I must graciously bow out of that special feature on the front page of a newspaper.
본인의 지식에 없는 자들인 걸로 보아서는 등록한 지 얼마 안 된 조그만 사무소 같고.
I may have a few gaps in my knowledge. It's probable that they are from a small upstart office that had only recently registered itself. But it's clear from the fashion in which they are garbed that they hail from the east.
다행이네요.
What a relief.
저분들이 누구인지
Conveniently, I recognize who they are. Oh, they? Thou recognize a fixer whom I do not, for truth? Don Quixote stares at Hongwu in utter disbelief. Or thought, come on, man, don't look back at them. We have been looking at each other for a while. There is no reason for me to avert my eyes. My man, that's what most people call a staring contest, and it's rude. So let's just. They're all walking toward us. Should we wave at them or something? Crap. Then, yeah, let's stare right back at them again. Let's at least not come off like we're scared of them. Yeah, confidence. You know they're within hearing distance, right? Yep, they're right in front of us.
아이씨 답답해. 눈을 왜 피해? 이런 거 수틀리면 바로 육탄전이야. 야, 볼 일 있냐?
Bloody hell! Don't look away, lad. I ball 'em right back. We don't want to get caught unawares if we're about to get into fisticuffs. Oi, lass, have you got business with us or what?
Huh?
What's with that grin on your face? I didn't know I'd be introducing her to everyone so soon. Please say hello to my little sister, Joshi Chun. Little sister? Little sister? I almost didn't recognize you. Last I remember, you were only up to my knees in height. That's because I was a child the last time you saw me. Ah, Joshi Chun. Oh. Nice lady. Here I was, wondering what kind of impressive shenanigans you were preparing for since you left home. Is this all you've managed to build of your own faction?
세력이 아니야, 시춘. 소개해줄게. 여기서부터 차례대로.
They're not my faction, Ji-chun. Come on, let me introduce you to them. I'll start here. This is Mr. Gregor. Say hello. Yo. Don't be shy. My name's Forget it. I don't have time for this. Jaji Chun gave us a side eye before dismissively cutting us off.
그래.
Okay. Oh, hey. You've not only grown in height, Ji-chun. I see that your circle of friends has been growing too, just like mine. Are they new? To call them friends was a very optimistic assessment on Hongwoo's part, because the people who accompanied Joshi Chun were all threateningly sizing us up like they were getting ready for a fight. You don't really think they're my friends, do you? I'm so far behind my older siblings anyway. I see. Do you know that some of us are still out here looking for you?
안 그래도 저번에
Oh,
가와님이랑 만나서
I do. Oh,
잠깐 이야기
that
나눴어.
reminds me. I ran into Joe Juan earlier and had a quick chat with him.
그 망나니 오빠를 만나고도 멀쩡한 걸 보니 운은 어지간해도 좋나 보네.
Huh.
여전히.
And you're still in one piece after running with that asshole? Still lucky as always, huh? I think back to the time we first met this Ja Juan. His venomous words, that contemptuous look he gave us as we lay there dying. It seems that moment was embellished into a pleasant, quick chat in Hongwoo's memory. Either that, or that indirection was what counts as a quick chat for Hongwoo.
시춘, 아까 들었는데 이곳 일대는 위험하다는 것 같아. 사람들이 실종되기도 하고. 너와 일행분들은 안전하게 대피하는 게 어떠니?
Chi-chun, I overheard that this is a pretty dangerous place. People have been going missing around here. Why don't you and your friends go find somewhere safe to take refuge in?
진짜. 농담이라고
I
하는
still
건지
can't tell if you're trying to be funny
농담이라고 하는
or if you're
건지.
genuinely worried for me.
저기 말이야.
Listen, my
난
naive
맹한
brother.
오빠랑 세력
I got here first, okay? Either
아니지.
earlier than you and your affection. I
떨거지들보다
mean your
먼저
second-rate
이곳에
minions.
도착했거든. 알아듣겠어?
Is this making sense to you? I'm here to
나도
take part in the
라만차를
eradication of La
참가자야.
Mancha land. I'm pretty
이
sure I have better
장소가
intel on this
어떤지는
place than you
어떤
do.
참가자라니?
You are? But why would you take part in something like
네가
this?
이런 걸 참가할
It's not like you
필요는 없지
need the
않니?
reward money, right?
당연하지.
Yeah, you don't say. And I
오빠도
doubt you're in it for
큰
some
돈이라는
pocket
걸
money
여기까지
either.
큰 돈.
Pocket money, huh? Sure,
그렇지.
whatever. Pocket money.
그럼
Oh, then is it? Never mind.
아니다.
I don't think you or Mr. Wei are going to answer that
너도
question
웨이시도-
anyway. Hongwoo's eyes momentarily diverted from his younger sister to her posse. There stood a long-haired man who looked toward Jia Ji-chun as though he was asking for her permission, then walked toward us and bowed deeply and politely toward Hongwoo.
안녕하십니까, 도련님.
It has been a while, young master.
와, 오랜만이에요, 웨이 씨.
It's been so long, Mr. Wei.
아직도
Still
시춘의
still escorting
호의신가
Ji-chun, I see?
부족하지만
Yes, I am still in her
여전히
service,
아가씨를
despite my
모시고
shortcomings.
안쪽은 위험할 수도
I'm worried that
있을
it
텐데.
might be too dangerous in there.
아, 시춘.
Why don't you
우리랑
tag
같이
along with us,
다니는 건
Ji-chun? Let's do this
어떻겠니?
together.
도련님은
Young master,
여전하시군요.
I see that you are still yourself.
아니,
Forget that. Why don't you mind your own
서로의
business and
목표에
we go our separate
집중하고
ways?
가만
I can see that you and your
보니까
friends have some real talent for attracting
그쪽들은
attention.
불필요한 관심을
But I prefer to keep
받는데
things discreet.
안에선
And I prefer it if you didn't embarrass me in there by talking to me or something.
그래.
Okay, if
시춘,
that's
네가
what you
원한다면.
want, Ji-chun.
다시
I thought you'd have gotten better all this time, brother. After all this time, brother.
적어도
At least better than you were the last time we met.
그렇구나.
I see.
네
I
눈엔
suppose I haven't
나였나
improved
보네.
at all in your eyes.
지금 만난
You
게
should
나라서
consider yourself
다행인
lucky that
줄
it's
알아.
me who you ran into.
다른 언니
If it was one of our
오빠들이
older
있으니
siblings, your pretty head would already be rolling in the dirt.
바닥을 뒤-
고마워.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Josh Ji-chun scowled and opened her lips as though she was about to shoot something back, but she thought better of it, turned around, and left with her posse.
뭐
Well,
사이 좋은
they say it's rarer to see a happy family than it is to see an unhappy one. Don't look at me. I never considered that dog my family.
가족으로 생각 안 했어.
No, but that's not what I...
뭘 쳐다보는
What are
거지?
you looking at? Do you expect me to
바라나?
back you up or something?
여전히
Oh,
변한 게
man.
없네.
예전에도
It's like old
저렇게
times.
까칠했다는 거야.
Huh. So she was always that spiteful?
아니요.
Spiteful? No,
예전에도
no.
다른
Ji-chun
형제들보다
has always been,
저를
and
더 잘
so is
따랐거든요.
my most amicable sibling. I must ask, for I have cause to believe that I may have misheard. Still ease, was it?
맞아요.
Yes,
저것이
that was. Yi Song's expression grew into a complicated mess of emotions as he walked to the ground, unable to speak further. Looks like they're holding some kind of meeting in there.
이제 저희도
We should
들어가야
probably join them. I looked to where Sinclair was pointing at and saw a line of fixers walking to what appeared to be a makeshift command tent. Yeah, we should. My god, this is a mouthful of exposition. It's a lot. Hold on, got some dry skin stuff here. Okay, there. Oh, thank the Lord! Oh, thank the Lord, Don. You're not naked. Fuck. You're gonna be okay. Of the immensely devastating duel in which our fixer in the sink battle.
내가 나설 차례인가?
Who are those people accompanying Virgilius and Charon?
반가워서 열심히 손은
Damn,
들었는데
not even a
봐주지도
wave back,
않네.
huh? No, this wasn't about Virgilius. Don Quixote, who stood next to me, was very gradually starting to hyperventilate. You okay, Don Quixote?
비정상적인 호흡 숫자의 증가는 10분 전부터 관찰되고
The gradual acceleration of her breathing patterns was first observed 10 minutes ago. I did not report it, as it posed no real risk to her health and well-being. To answer your question, Persona, I've got some dead skin. I just scratched some off. It's okay. Don't worry.
호흡을 끝내는 법은 잘
I know a good
알고
way
있다.
of dealing with a case of hyperventilation. Ryoshu regarded me with a look that clearly and concisely communicated that she wanted to choke out Don Quixote. I tried my best to look away. Ishmael sighed and stepped forward, sensing that Ryoshu was about to do something we would rather not have her do. I can tell you what's going on. That fixer's from the Hana Association. The Hana Association is the one that's overseeing all the Fixer Association activities, right? I guess all the times Don Quixote went on impromptu Fixer-related lectures were all for naught. I never paid much attention to it, but once you hear something enough times, those lectures just have a way of lodging themselves into your brain. A Fixer from the Hana Association? That name alone carried a lot of weight among other Fixers. As the Hana Association Fixer, dressed in pure white, walked into the room, they all slowly turned around to gaze upon her. And the red gaze, too? Holy crap, the color Fixer here?
주목을 받는 게
Hey,
하나 협회만
looks like we've got another superstar here. Virgilius, who'd we'd somehow grown used to after seeing such a long period of traveling together, who was commanding the attention of everyone in the room merely by his presence. That reminds me, I heard that Don Quixote was overwhelmed by sheer excitement when she saw Virgilius on the bus. I'm pretty sure she was on the verge of passing out from the sheer joy of getting to work next to a color fixer.
이게 당연한 반응인 거죠.
I guess this was to be expected. Virgilius is one of the very few fixers with the honor of getting bestowed with the title of a color.
다들 보고 있어? 맞아, 엄청나지? 그 특색, 붉은 시선도 왔어. 그만큼 이 작전의 규모가 시시하진 않다는 거지.
Chad, are you seeing this? Crazy, right? Look, none other than the color fixer Red Gaze himself in the flesh. This is no mere backwaters, backstreets operation we're talking about.
전에 내가 프리뷰로 방송한 거 기억하지?
Remember my pre-game stream?
내가 예상한 대로.
I told you guys that this had to be more than an urban nightmare. Oh, you're worried about me? Guys, listen, all you need is your support to... Youngsters these days. Between Camille's non-stop jabbering and Otis's tongue tweaking in even 3-second intervals, I wasn't sure which one of the two was more annoying. Thankfully, we weren't the only ones getting increasingly tired of Camille's antics.
지금부터 이 회의장에서 하나 협회가 허가한 공식적 업무 기록용 촬영 외 모든 촬영 행동은 금기로 명한다.
Ooh, Hana Association North. Okay. From this point onward, any recording activities, save for official work-related recordings with prior association from the Hana Association, will no longer be permitted.
발각될 시 해결사 협회에서 벌점을 부과할 예정이다. 벌점에 따라서는 해결사 자격 정지, 등급 강등까지 이뤄지는 점 각 개인은 잘 알고 있을 것이다.
Should you be caught in violation of this decree, the Fixer Association will be levying penalty points to your name, and we who are gathered here must be well aware of the consequences of accumulating too many penalty points. Fixer license suspension, grade demotion.
여러분, 나는 아무래도 여기서 퇴장해야 할 것 같아. 숭고하게 싸우고 나서 돌아올게. 아, 같이 저녁 식사를 하고 싶은 해결사 투표 꼭 잊지 말아주고. 오늘 자정까지야?
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh, God. Well, Chad, seems like it's a curtain call for tonight's show. I'll give them a glorious noble fight, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and don't forget about casting your votes for the Fixer I Want to Have a Dinner With contest. It closes at midnight. Hannah's Fixer's cold decoration fell upon Camille and the Fixers inside the command tent like a heavy layer of snow. They all began hurriedly fidgeting with their devices, trying to put them back in their respective cases and bags. With that, the commotion inside the tent rapidly simmered down.
꼴 좋네요.
Serves them right.
저자는 당신네 사람 같은데 턱이 빠져
You
있는
there,
것 같다.
that woman with an
괜찮아.
apparently dislocated jaw appears to be a part of your group. Is she alright? The fixer from the Hana Association asks in our direction, glancing at Don Quixote. Don't mind her. It's easier that way. Soon, a P-Corp employee walked out in front of the fixers. Right, round 4 against La Mancha Land, huh? I'm very glad to be here. Happy to see you all. For someone who's very happy to see us, he didn't so much as glance up in our direction. I am a Class 3 Documentation Serial Staff Manager at P-Corp Archival Department. My name is Alessio. And she is An-ul. So, Head Manager Cesarda isn't here to brief us herself. Not willing to dirty your boots by coming all the way out here, see? I see. Right, then, let's get on with the briefing, shall we? As we are all standing here and sharing our predictions, the employee who introduced himself as Alessio started loading up the various images on the monitor.
뭔 거창하게 회의까지 해.
Mate, do we really gotta go through all this bureaucracy? The briefing is yet to even commence, however. Heathcliff lets out a loud, exaggerated yawn. The reproachful glares of other fixers were so palpable that I could almost feel them prickling at my skin. Can we pretend we don't know him? Huh? It makes me feel like I'm something of a fixer myself, sitting here with all these people. Executive Manager, I have been a leader of numerous operations. I will dwarf this little skirmish. Numerous. I wanted to hear more about her story, but the mission briefing was actually getting started. I decided to table my curiosity until later. La Mancha Land, which will manifest here within the next 3 hours, is an officially recognized urban nightmare class phenomenon. Dozens of fixers have attempted and failed to take it down. We will now hold a moment of silence for its victims. Don Quixote immediately cast her gaze downward with a graven expression, but I could count with my 10 fingers the number of people who seemed to be taking it even remotely seriously. Some fixers muttered amongst themselves that the victims were just fools who were in over their heads. Even I, with my endless naivete, could tell that none of the fixers really considered them victims. A light of balls of murmurs and idle chatter fills the silence, all of boredom clear on the fixer's face as though they've heard it all before.
자, 이제 이 화면에
Now, if I may direct your attention to this screen. What do you know? Several low-resolution images began to load on the display. It is speculated that the origin of La Mancha Land dates back to 200 years in the past by a conservative estimation. This has been determined based on photographic evidence and the level of decay of the buildings and materials retrieved and analyzed from the phenomenon. However, La Mancha Land was largely unknown in it. However, La Mancha Land was largely unknown and invisible to the public until 2 months ago. And the raw material that makes up this amusement park is...
이미 다 아는 내용인데 뭐 하러 읊고 있어?
We know all this already. Just get on with it. P-Corp has the responsibility to share sufficient information to all participants of this mission. Like I said, we have all more than sufficient information, got that? So let's stop wasting time and... You seem to be under a rather severe misconception. Of course, I'm sure some of my present company are consummate professionals with the skill and grit most people wouldn't dare scoff at. But the truth is, most of you are common as muck, painfully average, garden variety, bargain bin fixers who are most likely going to meet their dirt-filled miserable ends while stuck on urban nightmare duty their whole careers. That's all you'll ever be. Well, she don't take no shit from nobody. Most of you will fall by the wayside before this path leads you to anywhere of even passing significance, let alone joining the ranks of grade 1 fixers like myself. Some, maybe 1 or 2 of you may make it to grade 1, sure, but I guarantee that you won't even dare dream of getting anywhere near the red gaze's greatness. Maybe your best will be the honor of dying next to him, feeling the disparity between yourselves and those who are at the top of the city. The grin on the fixer's face has quickly faded away as the boisterous fixer fell dead silent. Why me? So that Hana fixer is almost up there with the guide, eh? Or at least somewhere right beneath his level. Yet the red gaze shan't be undone by a mere grade 1 fixer. So, know your places and pay attention to the briefing. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, let's see.
이곳에 갑작스럽게
The
출몰한
reason for
이유는
Lamanchaland's sudden appearance
아직까지
here
알
is
수
yet to be
없습니다.
explained.
이곳이
Though its
뒷골목임에도
influence is still confined to the back streets, the uniqueness of Lamanchaland poses a tangible
존재
threat
자체만으로
to P-Corp merely by
기사에
its
무시할
existence.
수
그래서요.
Yeah, totally, dude. The local housing market hit rock bottom and continued to crash, didn't it? The fixer from earlier, the one who tried to stop us from entering the scene before scuttling away, slowly sidled up to us and began chatting us up. Yeah, no, this bastard. Seriously, it reminds me of me because because I can't shut up sometimes. It sucks. But most of us ignored him, but Hongwoo responds to him in a kindly voice.
아, 그런가요?
Oh, is that right?
당연하죠.
It was insane when that thing showed up here for the first time. It appeared in the middle of a dense population center. It was like 2001, all that screaming, all that blood, and 2001. What beautiful phrasing. Well, P-Corp buildings are well known for their elasticity. So while they all got bent along with the newly manifested phenomenon, they didn't like crumble or anything. Anyways, when Lamanchaland suddenly appeared there, pulsating and pushing away all the buildings that used to be there, people got crushed and a bunch of buildings got bent. There were really a lot of survivors for something so devastating. All thanks to P-Corp's singularity, which kept the people inside the building safe. They should have put 3-kilometer radius buffer zone to limit any construction in the area where it manifests, but just 3 kilometers. Buildings utilizing P-Corp's singularity have a very high level of elasticity, meaning that buildings made using their technology are very unlikely to collapse or fall apart in response to shock. It is probable that they have decided that it would be safe enough to let the periphery of Lamanchaland slightly overlap with the residential zone. Well, you know what they say, P-Corp can make a safe home anywhere. So imagine the shock when all that disaster happened. Their only claim to fame crumbled, the faith in their technology is growing shaky. No wonder the real estate market crashed through rock bottom around here. I mean, it was so bad that the locals banded together and stormed the Lamanchaland, pickets and all. So that's what those banners were about, huh?
사진에 보고된 것처럼 라만차랜드는
As
겉으로
you can
보기에는
see,
화려한
Lamanchaland
놀이공원의
presents itself as an
모습을
extravagantly decorated amusement park.
여러 보고 중 공통된 증언은 반경 8km까지의 인원에겐 음악 소리가 들린다는 것이다. 이로 인해
One of the
호기심을 품은
most
시민들이
commonly heard
서투르게
testimonies
접근하였으며
from the reports state that there is an 8-kilometer range radius from the epicenter in which people have been hearing a disembodied music of sorts. Several curious civilians drawn by the music approach it. Most are yet to return. Okay.
그 음악 소리에 사람을 최면
It is
상태로
possible
이르는
that the music
효과가
holds
있을
hypnogenic
가능성이
qualities.
없습니까?
That is indeed a
점 또한
possibility we won't be ruling out.
간과하지 않을 수 없습니다. 아무리 여기저기에 접근 금지 표지판을 세워놓아도 이를 무시하고 들어간 방문객들 또한 많았으니까요.
Too many visitors have ignored the obvious warning signs of perimeter tapes to call it a coincidence. Possibly erring on the side of caution, we and the relevant individuals will be equipping ourselves with earplugs. What must we do once Lamanchaland materializes?
일단 너희들이 라만차랜드에 입장하고
Once you enter its perimeters, you will have to ready yourselves for imminent combat.
그곳에서 너희들이
There aren't any kind of pierrots giving away balloons, no amusement park employees popping popcorns, no staff members greeting you with a welcoming song. Only blood fiends. Huh? Blood fiends? They're real!
한참 전에
Haven't you heard about the Blood Red Knight, that infamous star of the city? Some people say that the Blood Red Knight was actually a really powerful blood fiend. Yeah, and people say a lot of stuff. You know how rumors spread in the city? I bet it wasn't anything too crazy once you get down to it. Rumors? You will never know how resilient, how devastatingly powerful and stubborn the Blood Red Knight was. You ignoramuses do not have the right to talk about that thing so lightly.
그래. 그곳에서 너희를 맞이하는
Yes, the only things you'll find in there
오로지
are blood bags and the blood fiends that turn them,
변해버린
sharpening their fangs to fill the ravenous hunger
갈증을 추리기 위해
with your blood.
아까 미처 전달을 다 못
Oh, here's the
드렸지만
detail I was going to share earlier before it was cut off.
이루고 있는 재료들은
The raw material that makes up
인간의
every structure within Lamanchaland
약
is
200년
human
전의
blood.
것이죠.
Human blood dating back over 200 years in the past. Blood fiends can make amusement parks out of blood? Oh, now, I'm looking forward to this. If it's only blood fiends we'll find in there, I'm sure they'll waste no time making mincemeat out of the greenhorns.
해결사들은 말투가 다
Then
저래.
how will fix us?
전에 이스도 호수에서
The
저렇게
way that
말했던
guy's
것
talking about
같은데.
blood fiends reminds me a lot of how Ishii used to talk about the Great Lake.
까딱하다가는
Hey.
목숨이 날아가게 생긴 마당에
You can't blame us for being on edge all the time when the smallest mistake could cost us our lives. Not to mention how irritating it is when others who don't even understand the dangers are dozing off like there's no tomorrow.
안 졸았어.
Didn't doze.
아까 어떤
Thanks
새끼가
to some
내
sod
발을
who's been
입는
constantly
걸
stepping on
밟았거든.
my foot. What a nice weather today.
날씨가 좀
It was Sinclair was stepping on his foot at the rather forcible behest of Ishmael, but I held my silence. The last thing I wanted was to have the two of them bickering again.
이어가자면 라만차 랜드 안에서 약 6시간 정도
Anyway, if you manage to survive for 6 hours within La Macho and the music announcing the closure of the park will start playing.
이 또한
We were able to cross-reference this fact from testimonies of every victor and civilian who managed to make it out alive.
퇴장 음악이
Once
들릴
the exit
때부터
song starts
30분
playing, you
내외로
will have 30 minutes to exit La Macho End. Should you fail to do so, you'll be trapped inside La Macho End until it manifests here again, effectively putting you in an endless battle against the Blood Fiends. If anyone even survives that long!
특정
There were
놀이기구엔
also eyewitness
실종자들이
reports where some
탑승하고 있다고
fixers
증언
identified
또한
missing people
있었습니다만
aboard certain amusement park rides,
여러분이 신경
but
쓸
that's not
요소는
an important detail for those who are present.
지금까지
Based on
파악된
testimonies
증언들을
and reports
토대로
from the
본다면
survivors,
라만차
we have been able to
랜드는
establish
총
a
4개의
map
구역으로
of La Macho End comprised of 4 separate
생존자들의
areas.
현 시점에서
No one has
이
yet to make it to the
마지막
final
구역까지
area, which is
진입한
located
자들은
here.
아무도 없다. 단
However, we were able to identify that a
특정
certain device in each
장치를
area,
모두
area 1, 2,
가동시켜야지만
and 3 respectively,
마지막 구역에
had to
입장이
be activated
가능하다는
first in
것만
order to unlock the
파악되었지.
final area.
참고로 현재까지
The devices within area 1 and 2 have
일구역과
been
이구역.
activated in the past, but no one has managed to activate the one in area 3 just yet.
좋아.
Understood.
우리들은 곧바로
I suppose we should beeline
달려가면 되는
it to
건가?
area 3 to save some time then.
아니, 모든 장치는 라만차
No,
랜드가
it appears that the device is reset when La Macho End disappears. In other words,
여기 있는
we will have to divide and
인원들을
conquer. Team up with other
각각
fixers,
1구역부터
choose an area to tackle.
3구역까지.
알았어. 각자 맡은
I
구역으로
see.
간 후에
Split up, activate our
장치를
respective
가동시키고
devices, and rendezvous with the final area.
1, 2, 3구역의
Assuming that every team successfully activates the device they're responsible for,
맞습니다.
correct?
라만차
We
랜드
suspect that the key to
투어레이스는
solving the La Mancha Land problem lies within its final area.
그쪽에서 말하고 싶은 것이 있나?
Is there something you'd like to share?
재밌잖아요. 1, 2, 3구역의 모든 장치를 가동시켜야 하지만 마지막 구역이 개방된다는
Isn't it
규칙은
funny that we have to go activate some kind of device in each section of La Mancha Land to unlock the final area?
마치 놀이 같지 않나요?
It's kind of like a game, isn't it?
라만차 랜드를
Like they're giving those who dare to challenge the might of La Mancha
의도적으로
Land
조건을
stages to
세워주고
beat
있는 것 같지.
conditions to fulfill.
우리가 혈귀들의 속내를
How should we know what the
어떻게
Blood Fiends
알겠어?
are thinking? Those monsters are born twisted.
하나,
Hana,
확인이 필요한
we
사항이다.
have something we'd like to confirm.
우리 협회는
why
토벌을
associated-
목표로 온 것이 아닌 의뢰자의
This is why
구출을 위해
association is
참
here to rescue our client, not for the eradication reward.
우리
Don't you
협회라고
mean this
정없이
wine to
말하지
sing?
말고
Don't leave me out.
따라서 치바이 협회와
Therefore, does wine and sink have no reason to
1,
enter
2,
the
3
three
구역으로
areas to
들어가
activate those
장치를
devices?
가동시키고
여기에 대해서는
I suppose you could take over from
당신이
here for the sake of
말해주는 게
accuracy.
정확하겠다.
이곳에 모인
sure, right.
여러분들은
I'm sure you have
각자
your
다양한
own.
이유로
You all have your
인해서
own reasons for
왔을
being here.
거라고
Yes.
따라서 저희 피사에서는 토벌 분배금이라는 것을 측정하여 라만차랜드
Therefore, we
토벌에
at P Corp set up an
각자가
eradication
얼만큼의 기여를
dividend fund,
했는지를
which means
계산하고
we will be giving
지급할
out the
예정.
reward money based on how much you have contributed to the eradication of La Mancha Land,
뭐 토벌이 무사히
assuming a
된다는
successful
가정에서
outcome. That is.
따라서 토벌이
If your goal
목표가
isn't
아니신
the eradication of La
분들은
Mancha Land, then feel
그
free to
정산에서
roam on your own to fulfill your own
제외된다는
respective
것만
contracts.
유의해 주신다면
As long as you acknowledge that you won't be
별도의
receiving
의뢰를
any payout from that fund
구역을
upon the
이탈하셔도
successful completion of
문제는
this
없습니다.
expedition, you are free to do as you will.
하지만 정확히 어떤 내용의
However, we would also
의뢰인지
like that you request
그 계약서의
that you submit a copy of that contract so that we are aware of its details.
확인했다.
Understood.
회의가
I will hand it over as soon
끝나면
as this
바로
meeting
재출퇴를
adjourns.
말 나온 김에 지금 이 자리에서 선포하지. 은근슬쩍 우리 사무소에 묻어가서 도벌금을 한탕 해보려는 놈들은 사냥 대상에
Speaking of which,
포함시킨다.
I'd like to take this opportunity to declare something. If you, and I mean any of you, intend to ride our coattails to pilfer more of that reward than you deserve, I'll hunt you down too. Got that?
아, 참고로 얘
Ladies and gents, I can attest that he isn't one for empty threats. Can't promise I'll be able to stop him, He sure is intense.
비록 돈이 걸려
I understand that a lot of money hinges on this contract. However, remember that our primary objective remains to minimize casualties and to prevent further disappearances. Leave some of that selfishness behind and cooperate for the greater good.
가능하다면
Fine,
협조하지.
I'll cooperate, if that's even possible. The Hana fixer did not contradict him. She was the kind of person who wouldn't hesitate to put her foot down She could have easily forced us into cooperating, but it seemed that she wouldn't keep us from infighting if it did come to that. Don Quixote was the only one passionately nodding along to her advice.
각 구역으로 가는 조는 어떻게 편성할 계획이죠?
So, who's going with who, and to which area? Shi-chun, Hong-woo's little sister who'd been listening quietly to the briefing, raised her hand with a question.
우리가 내부적으로 파악한 여러분들의 능력이나 잠재력, 소속별 인원을 토대로 적절하게 배치할 생각이다.
You will be assigned to teams and areas based on our internal data analyses of your individual capabilities, potential, and alignment.
그럼 한 구역에
So
너무
we should
많은
probably
인원이
avoid
가는
overcrowding,
건
huh?
가령 우리 인원과 10명 이상의
Such
떼거지
as settling us with a group of a dozen or so people, for example.
너무 많은 인원이 한 구역에 다 몰리는 건
We intend to
최대한
avoid
피할
bottlenecking too
생각이다.
many people in the same area. She's
She's
not hiding her disdain at all, huh?
딱히
Oh, well, it's not like we wanted her to tag along. If there are no
더
further
이상
questions,
질문이
I will be
없다면
assigning you to
마지막으로
all to teams and area pairs. Hold! Every single fixer in the room whipped around to look at Don Quixote at her bellowing roar. Perhaps it was the sheer fervor in her voice, or perhaps they were simply annoyed by asking her that one last question when the boring briefing was almost over.
이거
Oh, please, don't tell me this is actually happening.
오야.
Oi,
아,
that actually woke me up this time. No. This might be the best time to go back to sleep, bud.
옛날 같았으면
Would have resulted in a
직결
summary execution back in the day. Okay,
뭐
and the question is,
제일 중요한 전달 사항이 빠진 것 같네만.
it appeared that the information of the greatest importance is missing from that briefing.
그런 말?
It is? A moment, please. Lucio began flipping through the briefing, flustered.
방문객들을 구조하는 작업은 언제 하게 되는 것인가?
When shall the rescue operation for the victims of this terrible amusement park commence?
스바이 협회분들과 쉔크 협회분들만으로는 방문객들의 구출이 다소 힘들 수 있을 것 같아서 말일세.
I believe that an operation of such a grand scale may be difficult to accomplish with only the help of the sirs and ladies from the Zwei and the Sink Association.
너 혹시 말이야.
Hey, is that like a character you're playing or something?
그런 거야?
Camille, you have no idea, and for what it's worth, I suggest you listen to her. Hear her out, at least. It might save your life.
신선하긴 하네. 물론 그런 걸 좋아하는 사람들도 있긴 하지. 유행은 조금 지나버렸지만 적어도 우리 시청자들은 좋아할 것 같진 않은걸.
That's not mainstream at all. I like it. Though I gotta say, playing a character is a bit old-fashioned. At least I know that my viewers won't enjoy something like that.
다소 오해가 있는 듯하군. 우리의 목표는 방문객 전원 구출이 아니다. 보안상 자세히 말할 순 없지만 우리의 의뢰인은 특정 방문객의 생존을 확인하고
It appears that
신분을
there's been
확보할
some
것을
sort of
요구했다.
misunderstanding. Our contract has nothing to do with rescuing the visitors, let alone all of them. Our contract is a search and rescue operation for a specific visitor requested to us by our client.
그렇다면 나머지 사람들을 구출하는 역할은 누가 맡게 되는 것인가?
Whoever shall make up the rescue party for the rest of its victims.
얘 진심인가?
Is she for real?
어디서 온 놈들인데?
Where do these idiots come from? Hold on. Okay, be right back, guys. I gotta take care of something. Where these idiots come from?
뭐야? 나도 좀
Dude,
보자.
let me see.
우리처럼 별도로
Unless you've been
계약을 치르고 온 것이
specifically
아니면
contracted to rescue someone,
실종자 구출에
I
대한
recommend that you peruse the missing persons flyers for the rewards.
본인은 보상금에 대한 이야기를
It is
하고
not
있는
the
게
promise of
아닐세.
rewards that I desire.
이렇게 인원이 많은데 왜 구출하는 역할은 아무도 맡지 않은 것인가? 스파이 협회.
So many valiant victors are gathered here,
당신의
yet
방패라는
not one
표를-
taking up the role of a rescuer? But the fixer of the Zwei, art thou not one of the Zwei, one of those who call themselves your shield?
방패긴 방패지. 정식으로
Yeah,
의뢰를
your shield's
신청한
alright.
자에게만 세워지는
The iron shield of
철의
whoever enters an official contractual agreement with them.
해결사는 고작 돈의 흐름으로 목숨을 저울질하진 않아야 하지 않나? 대체 언제부터 협회 해결사들이 이렇게 전락되었는가?
I like that people say Dawn is... Oh, you didn't miss out much. Dawn's about to get into an argument with... I mean, like, we had the La Mancha Land briefing, and Dawn's about to get herself into some trouble. But you didn't miss much. I like that Dawn has this idealism. Like, she believes in the tenet of honor, of justice, protecting the weak, and being recognized for such. But at the same time, the city's a pretty difficult place. They don't usually let this fly. But anyways, yet a fixer mustn't wager their own life on shallow promise of capital. Pray tell, when did the fixers of associations abandon honor for greed?
못 들어주겠군. 지금 내가 누군지는 알고
Oh,
그런
jeez.
소리를.
Okay, that's enough playing around. Do you even have any idea who you're talking to?
알고 있네 까뮤군. 쉔크협회 삼가 소속 해결사 월간 잡지에도 꾸준히 게재되는 자.
I am very well
언제까지
aware,
제대로
young
먹고
Camille of the
싶은
Sing
해결사일지.
Association Section 3, frequent feature of the Fixers Monthly Magazine, currently number 7 in the Fixers I Want to Have a Dinner With contest.
잘 알고 있네.
So you know you're... Wait. I'm only number 7? Yeah, eat it, pal.
뭐 그건 그렇다 치고. 그래. 그러면 이것 또한 알고 있겠지.
Well, that's not important right now. If you're so knowledgeable about the Fixers, then I'm sure you know this as well.
우리 쉔크
That
협회는
I, as a fixer of the Sing Association, am not one to waste breath on mere words. When we want to settle something or make a statement, we duel. An official duel to the death.
그렇다면
Then,
결투에서
wilt thou
이긴다면
heed mine words? Should I best thee in a duel?
만약 본인이
Should I
승리한다면
best thee in a duel?
본인을 도와
Wilt thou swear on thine honor that thou shalt assist us in our rescue mission for those who have gone missing? Wait, are you seriously challenging me to a...
이
No.
돈키호테 신념에 따라
I,
그대에게
Don
결투를
Quixote,
신청하겠네.
perforce, shall not lightly forsake my creed. I hereby challenge thee to a duel! Things were quickly starting to spiral out of control. Almost panicking, I glanced towards Virgilius. But I couldn't read his expression. He was simply staring at us in that inscrutable silence. Silence that almost felt like warmth? Somehow I found myself getting more intimidated by this than outright anger.
일단 브리핑은
Okay then,
이걸로
I'll
마치는
end the
걸로
briefing
하겠습니다.
here.
지금까지의 경험상
It can be determined from prior experience that it will be impossible to stop the presently developing situation.
동공이 평소보다
Pupils dilated, brows furrowed at a steep angle, clear refusal to
어떤
heed
말은
any external input.
소용없을
Our attempts
가능성이
to
높아
coax her will not be met but with any meaningful response. While you do say that there's no place for a hero in the city, I do get what Don's trying to say here. That a fixer shouldn't just be in it for the money. They also have to consider what others think. Hence that sense of honor and justice. Be impartial and be professional. So she's lost it.
단테,
I neglected to mention this earlier at the empty lot, Dante, on the account of the lack of prying eyes.
지금처럼 해결사들의
I recommend
시선이
against turning your clock
몰린
when the eyes of every fixer
소득 없는
participating in this case are watching us
시계를 공개적으로
intently,
돌리는 것은
especially for a duel in which there is very little benefit to be gained.
또한 다른 세계의
This
인격을
includes
가져오는
summoning identities from different
에고의
worlds or the
사용도
use of ego.
마찬가지.
Well, yeah, but it's not like we won't be using them once we get inside, right? I don't see what's wrong with just Just as I was trying to convince Paso otherwise, Don Quixote stepped in and resolutely shook her head.
아니, 필요 없으니 걱정
Hey,
마시게.
worry not. Tis an unnecessary crutch. What? Seriously?
싱크 협회의
A duel
결투는
against a member of the Sink
정성
Association
당당히
must be fair and just.
처음부터 본인은
Never did I intend to borrow thy strength, Manager Esquire, for this hallowed battle of mine.
주위에
Fine.
내 팬들이 없다는 게 조금 아쉽긴 하지만
Sucks that I don't have my fans here to watch me wipe the floor with you.
입소문을
But I'm sure someone here will spread the story of by word of mouth.
내 온정을
I won't throw my gauntlet out of pity. En garde, petit nouveau.
무기
Alright. I know Dawn's probably going to get creamed, but given that it's her base identity, no less, but
囚人の皆さんの状態に何か変化が。
oh, it's that kind of battle, huh? Declared duel. Wait, hold on. Let me see declared duel. Give me a second. A clash between the unit that inflicted declared unit. Okay, declare has +1 clash power on hit. Declare gains 1 haste per turn, 4 times per turn. Expires. Replace one another. Okay, so this is a Sink Association.
출진이다! 림버스 컴퍼니の皆さんとご一緒できて本当に嬉しいです。
Foolhardy duel. Okay, that's not good.
출진이다!
Oh, hey, rice cooker.
형사라도 적재적소에 쓰지 않으면 무위무능.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
우선 전황부터 살피지.
형국 정도는 읽었다. 나머지는 칼을 휘두를 일 아닌가.
Wait. 15, 3, 6, 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 to 15, that's not good odds.
출진이다!
Oh, that's not good. Hey, Dawn's winning. Dawn's winning! Oh, shit. Oh, 4. Okay, 4 strikes and a pierce. Ow. Just ow. On another hand, I was winning.
이까지 상처로는 본인을
Oh god.
시킬 수 없다네.
Bad throw. 'Tis but a light wound. Thou art sorely mistaken. If thou truly believest that such meager wound could... That was definitely more than just a light wound. It was outright crippling, if not fatal. Camille wasn't all talk after all. He moved at an impressive speed and precision, living up to his boasts. I couldn't bear to look at Don Quixote squirm in pain, but turning the clock here would leave an even greater wound in her heart.
아직
Tis not the end!
더 상대하기도 아까운 자군. 이런 싸움이 소문나면 괜히 내 이미지만 망가지겠어.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Camille. Shut the fuck up. Don washed you. Don washed you in one go. What the fuck do you mean, amateur? Who the fuck does this guy? The nerve on this dude. What a waste of my blade. I'd rather not have others hear of this duel. They'll think I'm bullying some poor amateur.
그만해라, 까미.
That's enough,
만의
Camille.
안전을 바라는 것이 잘못된 생각은 아니지 않나.
Anyway, I'm gonna cry myself to bed because I got Princess Rodeo instead of Ring. Well, excuse me? Whoa, wait, rice cooker. Oh my god. Holy shit! Okay, let's see, Rick. Hold on, let me see it for a sec. Camille the Ultimate Burn, you want to add me so you can use it? I was going to tell you that I do have Sync Association Sinclair, but I do not have Sync Otis, Sync Dawn, or Sync Isang. But from what I hear, Sinclair's pretty... I hear Sync's pretty decent when it comes to poise. That said, Paula, thank you for saving Camille from the absolute humiliation. This piece of garbage. No wonder he's number 7. He's not all talk, but he's hard. Well, he's a bunch of hot air, if you ask me. Oh, you have nearly every sync. That's nice.
상대를 못 가리고 버튼 소리를
Yeah, but her attitude needs correction. Spouting nonsense like that, not knowing who she's talking to. Fix her this on her that just doesn't she know that's all just that's enough shenanigans. Let's not waste all her strength before even stepping foot into La Mancha land. Cause further trouble and I will put a stop to it myself. La Mancha land ETA in approximately 1 hour. And after an hour from now, the phenomenon may appear at any moment. Please remain in close proximity to your teams in case of an emergency. Oh good, my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. Brick saying Camille the ultimate bum. Yeah, no wonder he's number 7. He's a bunch of hot air, but he's still got some skill. Too bad he's a piece of shit. The momentary kerfuffle came to a close thanks to the Han Association's intervention. And only silence and occasional groans of pain from Don Quixote filled the empty lot. Let's get back inside. I can't turn my clock in front of so many people. Well, at least Dawn held her own. Camille kind of kicked her ass, though. It's not the end! Huh, clear within 10 turns. Am I the only one that can make funny company cards? I don't know, you tell me.
저녁만 찬에 초대되어 본 적은 없다.
Let me disable the chat. Actually, you know what? I don't think I can hide the chat box. You tell me. I haven't set my team up yet, but... Rather, to be specific, I haven't set up anybody for support yet, but here's what I've got. That said, I should probably level up some of my team. Should I level up W Core Otis? This is the first time I've had a 3-star identity for Otis, so I gotta ask. Let's see, more Boatworks Fixer, Dummy Soldato 2. I've been having open season on Sinclair lately. Okay, so don't invest in W Corp Otis. Gotcha. What about Sync Association Sinclair? I know I have... Okay, so Otis is good for Charge Team. What about Sync Association Sinclair? I hear he's pretty good in terms of poise, right? He depends. Okay, okay. Okay. On hit. Counter attack. Remise, engagement. Yeah, it could be useful for a poise team. Though I also have blade lineage. Paralyze, poise, bleed. Oh well.
주변 구경이라도 가볼까?
Oh, Brick says he did their 10 pool, got a copy of Wild Hunt. God damn it, man. I'm hoping I can get one of the Blood Fiend identities. It'd be nice to at least have part of the trio. Actually, part of the quartet would be nice. Anyway. Well, does anybody want to take a quick stroll around the empty lot while we wait? After nervously looking around the room, Roger tried to leave the tent, but Virgilia stopped her. No, stay. I have something to share. Oh, come on. Can't you give her a moment at least until the mission's over with? I know the last year we botched it this time, but nothing came of it in the end, did it? The company has some exclusive information they'd like to share with you. That is the only reason I asked you to stay.
붉은 시선날이 아까는
Sir, or Red Gaze, or earlier, what I had done, I won't hold it against you. So be quiet and pay attention.
붉은 특색이시오. 본인은 언제나 그대에게만 충정을 바칠 것을 맹세하겠네.
Oh, Red Gaze, illustrious, I swear to pledge mine undying loyalty to thee. Virgilius produced a small tablet and began loading something up on its screen. The one who will brief us on this exclusive intelligence cannot be with us in person due to personal reasons. She wanted me to tell you that she regrets having to deliver the information remotely via this device. Oh, hey, Russian! RBL, how you doing? Well, 1, 2, testing. Am I coming through? Huh? Didn't the Hano fixer ban any unauthorized recordings or video feeds earlier? Of course, but we received prior authorization. Besides, P-Corp is already recording the conversations of every participant in this mission. That just sounds like a roundabout way of saying they've got us all bugged. Of course, the authorization was not free. We had to convince them that the information would be pertinent to capturing the entity at the origin of Amancha land. Oh, hey. It's a...
오래전부터 뒤틀린 현상에 대해 추적하고 정보를 수집했었지. 그리고
Brick's particularly excited, but I'm not fully aware of the... I'm not fully pertinent about this Moses gal. I know she's part of a novel that's connected to PM. Actually, I think she's part... Or was it a graphic novel? I don't recall. And I had seen some fan art of her by MISG quadruple 111. Yeah, that's the only way I know of Moses here. So anyways, LCD on-site investigative reasoning team leader Moses here. I've been studying and investigating the distortion phenomenon for a long time, and that reminds me, we did have a quick call with someone from the LCD back when. She had a pretty bubbly personality, and I think her name was...
나도 있어, 나도. 오랜만.
Hey, it's me again, Ezra. Been a while. god. Hunting blood fiends this time, huh? Don't tell me you were about to jump headfirst into that business without even asking the detective, I mean our team leader. I'm telling you now, she used to bust plenty of blood fiend heads back in the day. You tell him how you used to whoop him on boss, you go on that smoking pipe and then whir, and... Well, yes, I do have some experience with investigating and battling blood fiends. I've even met one of the blood fiend elders, also known as the first kindreds. Wait, one of the first kindreds? Let's see. The one we fought last time was a 6th kindred and a 7th kindred. Well, I don't want to waste your time by talking your ears off about what happened that day, so I'll get straight to the point. Didst thou slay the first kindred? Of course not. Yeah, cause she went easy on him, I'll tell ya. No, the blood fiend took mercy on me. Our meeting wasn't as bloody as the scene you might be imagining at that moment. In fact, she was generous enough to give me a place to sit. And we even had a moment to converse. What? The blood fiend gave you a seat? You expect me to believe that shit? Hey, you do not talk to the detective, I mean our team leader like that, capiche? I do understand the public's perception of blood fiends is far from amicable. But I do know that at least some of them, including the elder I met, wish for a peaceful coexistence with humans. Back then, I used to be able to state with absolute certainty that the blood fiends weren't special, that they were no different from the distortions I'd faced in the past. Those loads of blood splashing inside their pupils were my evidence. But when I shared this thought with the elder, she did not confirm nor deny my assertions. But now, I would like to make a correction to my prior theory. Blood fiends cannot be explained only through the simple lens of viewing them as distortions. Their essence is similar to that of distortions, yes. However, we eventually drew the conclusion that the blood fiends cannot be filed under that category. Our attempt to resolve a blood fiend as one does a distortion failed. The studies into their true origin are currently underway. If your team is looking into the blood fiends, I suppose you have some publicly unavailable information to share with the rest of us? Yes, I suppose we do. I noticed the video that Moses intently yet briefly stared at Otis before continuing with a briefing. Maybe they knew each other from somewhere. Which brings us to this. The following is what we learned about kindreds of true blood fiends, those in the same vein as the one you've already encountered. I'm not talking about the ones that manifested as distortions after the White Nights and Dark Days incident, mind. It is said that the primogenitor, the very first blood fiend, wielded unimaginable power and could embrace countless humans and turn them into their kindreds. However, starting from the kindreds of the first generation after the primogenitor, which are referred to as the first kindreds, they were restricted to creating only 2 kindreds of a lower generation in their long existences. Something about how they can't just create families willy-nilly or something like that. I drew this chart, by the way. Not half bad, huh? Yeah. I think that cassette guy was pretty disappointed about choosing Sasha as his kindred. Cassetti and Sasha. Faust finds that the inaccuracies... Faust finds the inaccuracies in your statement difficult to correct due to their egregious nature. When the blood fiend of a higher generation creates a lower generation kindred, the one that has embraced them is called a higher kindred, while the one that has been embraced is called a lower kindred. It is often the case that kindreds higher up the bloodstream wield a much greater power than the ones beneath them. You started your sentence with the conditional, it is often the case, therefore it can be interpreted as a statement that there are cases in which such is not the case. You're right on the money. Just like how each distortion is different, blood fiends are also different in ways that our team leader will explain. Ah, yes. Each blood fiend's powers and idiosyncrasies often vary depending on the higher blood fiend's abilities. However, it is usually impossible for lower blood fiends to revolt against someone higher up the bloodstream. While there is no physical barrier stopping them, there is an intense psychological barrier preventing them from doing so. Like a parent and their child, huh? Yes, like parents and their children, considering that they even call one another with familiar terms such as father, mother, and child. It is no mere metaphor. That is why they call such acts of revolt going against the bloodstream filial impiety.
피를 가장
Just as how blood becomes the axis of value judgment, so does this idea of the inviolable relationship between family members get imprinted into the core of their very being. Upon being turned, blood fiends experience that extreme level of twist in their moral judgment.
제일 아래에 있는 피주머니.
That's why the blood bags were at the bottom rung of the family tree. Blood bags are a different story. Blood fiends and blood bags are the furthest two groups from beings who could be from family.
권속이 되지 못한 찌꺼기. 피를 보충하기 위한 휴대용 식량. 딱 그 정도의 위치다.
Dregs that fail to become kindreds. The blood fiends, they are quite literally portable bags of blood to replenish themselves at times of need.
팀장님, 아니 팀장님, 그 얘기도 해주세요. 왜 제가 그것도 무거지를 확 꺾어버린 다음에
Detective, I mean team leader, you should mention this too. You know, when I snapped their necks and smashed them right into water.
그래.
Yes.
혈기들은
Blood fiends have an irrationally extreme fear of water. Water doesn't physically harm them, but every blood fiend I have seen thus far has been afraid of it.
뭐라?
Huh?
그럼
Sounds like an
물을
easy
잔뜩
solution then.
들고
Can we
가면
just
쉽게
spray them with
처리할 수
water
있는
to keep
거
them
아니야?
off our backs? Since you're about to visit their den that's flowing with blood fiends, good luck finding even a drop of water in there. Oh, and I was informed that one of you can sense a distortion. I learned this through unofficial channels, but I still wish to share. Glad to know there's someone out there who understands this particular sensation. I'd very much like to meet you in person one day.
아쉽다. 우리도 갔으면 진짜 재밌었을 텐데. 거기 해결사들은 누구 왔어? 아까 들으니까 그 재수없는 까미는
Real shame we can't be there to see it for ourselves. Are there any famous fixers there? I heard earlier that stupid Camille kid will be there too. Kick his ass for me, won't you? I tried to pull a prank on him, but that bastard banned me from the chat.
이미 우리 쪽이
Well, he
까였어.
already kicked one of our asses. Oh, Vespa, come on! I told you to hold the line! It appears that they are partaking in quite the activity themselves.
모제스.
I think we can end the call here, Moses. Very well.
더
Got any
말해줄
last
거
words of
없어?
advice? Any last words? I once heard that some kindreds higher up the bloodstream have overcome their fear of water. Blood eventually does get thicker than water, after all. Now, let's see if there's anything I left out. I must advise you against underestimating their bloodlust. Because no matter how hungry for blood you think they are, they will be worse.
뭐야 그게?
What's that supposed to mean? With our last words, which left us wondering what they were supposed to mean, the call dropped. In which is discussed the merry oath of the bus driver and the manager concerning amusement parks. Oh my god, I need a haircut soon. We have about 30 minutes until Lamancholand manifests. We each decided to use this opportunity to gather ourselves. Meanwhile, I had something I wanted to ask for Julius before we left. But for that I need... Anybody seen Faust around?
아까부터 보이지
Not in a while. What is it, Dante? I'm sure he can help. I wanted to ask Faust to relay my words to Virgilius, but I wasn't sure where she was. Fortunately, Hongwoo was still here with me and noticed me looking around, so I decided to ask for his help.
30분가량
30 minutes, Dante. I always have so many questions floating around in my head, but whenever I stand in front of this man, my brain seems to decide to forget them all. Why didn't you stop her earlier, Virgilius? Earlier, when Don Quixote challenged Camille to a duel. Aha, you needed a translator. Dante asks why you didn't stop the fight earlier. So that's your look of reproach. I see. As you must be well aware by now, the Sing Association often chooses duels as a means of resolving conflicts. But they are also well known for letting bygones be bygones once a conflict in question has been resolved through a duel. Perhaps a lasting memory of some ancient chivalric virtues has been pounded into their bones. I see. So picking a fight with a fixer from any association or office might have caused a real problem for us. But the nature of this thing made this a pretty safe altercation, huh? Stopping Don Quixote from challenging that fixer to a duel would have only exacerbated the situation. Besides, Virgilius gave a long pause. It is about time our third sinner woke up. Weird. Isn't Don Quixote the most lucid one out of all of us? Don Quixote's... Hongwoo's interjection was so sudden and random that I wondered for a moment if he thought we were talking about someone else. What do you mean? But Hongwoo did not correct himself. He pointed to his eye and continued.
눈이요?
Her eyes, Dante, always twinkling like two bright stars. They're so fascinating. Eyes, huh? I noticed that the light in Hongwoo's left eye was going dimmer, like light fading away as it sinks into the depths of the dark waters. But wait, I have something else I wanted to ask you about. What I really wanted to ask Virgilius about was what happened on that train. But if I wasn't sure if I could bring up that subject up in front of Hongwoo, especially when Faust wasn't here.
왜 그러신가요, 단테님? 안절부절 못하고 계시는데요?
What's wrong, Dante? You look flustered for some reason. No need to shiver your call can so nervously, Dante. You don't actually believe I wasn't let in on what happened aboard that train, do you? Sounds like Faust kept him updated. Well, then tell me, what was going on with Don Quixote back there? Well, I mean, what is she? They're asking what Don Quixote is? Dante, it is not a wise use of your time to ask a question to which you can find your own answers. Besides, there are more pressing questions you should be asking. What shall happen to her with our third sinner, for example? I get it, it's Don Quixote's turn now. But you're not going to answer that question either, because I'll get to the answer anyway, as long as I keep riding the float to wherever it takes me. Your hands have stopped trembling. I'll take it as a sign that we have an understanding. Should you ever find yourself growing anxious in Romancholand when things start to go awry, remember these words. Henceforth, whatever happens, Don Quixote will remember the promise, Dante. The promise. I have no idea how that word is supposed to assuage any of my fears. Virgilius isn't the type to waffle on meaninglessly, so I suppose there isn't anything else I can gather from him at the moment. Sometime later, back among the sinners at the empty lot. Don Quixote, about what happened earlier.
오늘은 정말 대단한 날이지 않았는가, 관리자나?
Verily, 'tis a marvelous day. Wouldst thou not agree, Manager Esquire? It is?
하나 옆에
tis,
실제로
tis.
보고 그 싱크의 까미우나리와 겨뤄보기도 하고 방송에서의 까미우나리는 누구보다 의협심이 넘치며 용감한 해결사셨소. 틀림없이 서로의 소통에 오해가 있었던 것이라고 보네.
Tis. Today alone, I had the joy of espying a Hana Association victor with my own eyes. The honor of clashing my steel against Sir Camille of the Sink. And indeed, Sir Camille was a victor most righteous in becoming in his live streams. I have not even an ounce of doubt in my mind that the kerfuffle was not but an ounce of miscommunication. How did you even access his streams on the bus? Manager Esquire, forsooth, I am finally beginning to feel as though we are tackling contracts worthy of true fixers. Dissuade the wicked and liberate the innocent from suffering. 'Twas mine, a dream of a lifetime indeed. Sir Virgilius will once again insist that our primary quest is to lay claim upon the golden bowl, yet I shall eradicate La Mancha, even if it costs us our quest! And mark my words, for I shall rescue its victims as well, every last one of them. I stare in silence as Don Quixote boasts. I think I saw stars twinkling in her eyes, as like Hongwoo said. Ooh, tick-tock. Dante, I've been looking for you, Faust.
베르길리우스 씨와 대화를 나눌 필요가 있으셨나 보군요.
Because you had business to discuss with Virgilius, it seems. I felt like she was accusing me that there wasn't any other reason I'd be looking for her, but I couldn't help but stammer. Now that I think about it, I don't see her alone with Charon very often. What were you two doing here?
카론과
Performing
정기적인
certain
루틴
routine
절차를
procedures
수행하고
with
있었음
Charon.
정기적으로
There is a
진행해야
certain
하는 검사가
examination procedure we
있거든요.
must perform at an interval. What examination procedure?
회백질의 유기결합 정상 척도 확인 및 전기 자극에 대한 활성도 확인을 메인으로 하는 검사입니다. 또한 외부 자극에
It
대한
mainly
내압 변동,
consists of gray matter
혈류가
bioffusion
정상
or
분포를
trend test, and
유지하는지
gray matter response activity level test to electrical stimuli. It also includes several other tests, including external brain pressure variance test, the bloodstream distribution test to verify that the numbers are within the expected range, and
그만하겠습니다.
I will stop here. Hold on, let me dial this up a little. I'm certainly not one to talk, but I'm once again reminded that Faust isn't very good at talking to people either.
내 승객들이
Our passengers are going to an amusement park. Amusement park, more fun than the bus? I've never been one to myself, but probably?
일반적으로 놀이공원에 입장한
It is said that
사람들은
the individuals partaking in activities within the amusement
평소보다
parks
약
have,
1.5배 상승한다고
on average,
합니다.
an increased heart rate of 1.5 times their typical range.
의도적으로
Why? Because
흥분을
they board
고취시켜주는
vehicles that are meant to
기구들에
raise their heart
탑승하기
rate and in
때문입니다.
turn their level of excitement.
대표적으로는
It is known that one of the
탑승객의 양팔을
most emblematic of the
결박시키고
amusement park consists
3초 안에
of
100m로
the following
하강시키는
procedure.
기구와 가파른
binding the
경사에서
passenger to the chair
급격한
and dropping the
하강을
vehicle,
유도하는
which often
열차를
takes the form
모방한
of a
기구가
train
있다고
from a
알려져
100
있죠.
meter height to ground level within 3 seconds. Yeah, she's talking about roller coasters. She is talking about roller coasters. That one? No, I'm not sure if Wamancho Land's gonna have a good one. That remains to be debated.
그거 난 복운전.
Sounds like reckless driving.
운전사가 카론보다 실력이 떨어지는 거 확실해.
Must be a terrible driver, worse than Charon.
그럴 수도.
Perhaps she's one to talk, especially when it comes to reckless driving. I'm sure there are more fun rides, right? Probably.
그럴 수도.
Perhaps we should go there someday. A real amusement park. Make a list of stuff you want to do when you get there. Charon, Dante wants to know what you want to do. When? Where?
저희와 버스
They're asking you should a day come in which you are allowed to travel with us to locations other than the bus other than the bus itself. What you would like to do? What you would like to do at an amusement park? There was a long pause. Karen's eyes glimmered momentarily as they began to water elsewhere.
그곳에서
Karen wants to eat a candy there. Looks like today's one of those days when everyone gets a twinkle in their eyes. Man, this is a lot of story. 2 minutes and 30. 2 minutes and 20 already? Dang.
군주가 나선다.
흑수.
의로움을 세우기 위해서. 잠깐. 지정 보호.
최선을 다해볼게. 최선을 다해.
걸맞는다.
각종 악인들을 뒤쫓아서
내 명을 들은 시비수 결집이다.
Fixers began gathering one by one at the site.
라만차랜드가 등장했습니다.
Wamanchoan is beginning to manifest. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, hold on. Oh my god.
음악 소리가 들리기
From the moment the
시작했죠.
music began to play, which measures at
16
12 hours today, Wamanchoan will be open until 12 hours.
개방됩니다.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so 6 hours.
네가 스스로를 포기하고 싶어질
Even when you feel like giving up on yourself,
약속하지.
I promise.
그게 다야?
Is that it?
앞으로 어떻게?
Well, how will you live on?
고마웠어.
Thank you for everything.
해결사
Don't forget those Fixer magazines.
모험을 싫어.
Please, I don't want an adventure! Stop, please!
나
I have conceived an idea most ingenious. It's the same phenomenon that I experienced back at the Great Lake. But these memories are much more fragmented, opaque. The glimpses of Don Quixote I saw were nothing like the person I know, but should I follow this journey to its conclusion?
가령
What shall happen with our third sinner, for example? I'll understand what all these glimpses of memories mean, like I always have. And we made our way toward Wamancho Land.
여기가 라만차랜드.
Wamancho Land, this place is pretty spooky, huh?
그리고
I smell blood.
이곳은
We are contending with a
수십의
phenomenon that has devoured
장소다.
dozens of fixers.
방심하는 인원.
Do not let your guards down.
드디어 모습을 드러내는군. 혈귀놈들.
Here they come, those blood-fiend beasts. Whoa, survivors! Darn,
저런
I
구도였으면
really could have broken my viewer count record with a dramatic shot like this.
무기를 들고 있고
Weapons in their hands. They're not civilians.
관리자님,
Executive manager,
저자들의 복장.
isn't there something off about some of their outfits? Those anachronistically antique costumes are quite the novelty these days.
혼자 입기엔 어려워.
I have identified several individuals dressed in clothes that are difficult to be worn without assistance,
누가 옷을 강제로
meaning that
갈아입혔을 수도
maybe someone in there forced a wardrobe change on them. As the murmur among the fixers began to grow, slowly increasing in intensity, Alessio shouts from behind the line for us to stop.
아직 접근하시면 안
Oh,
됩니다.
don't approach
라만차랜드가 생기고 약 10분 가량은 적재물들이 떨어지는
Oh,
시간으로
don't approach the Macho Land yet. We must allow we must allow it the first 10 minutes post manifestation to expel its wastes. Stand behind the line for safety.
누구야?
Who are they? What office are they from?
협회야?
Are they association fixers? Excitement is in the air as the fixers attempt to guess who they are. They're all from the Fire Fist office. I recognize those outfits. They're from our office. I told you, boys! I told you the boss ladies are going to make it! Even if we were to fail the eradication contract! If they can make a 15-minute testimony and share what intel they found, we'll not the contribution reward! Like I said, please hold for at least 10 minutes until they finish expelling! A fixer ignores Alessio's warning and rushes out to greet the survivor and helps her to her feet. Big sis! Big sis! We made it, boss. We made it. We can finally move out of that moldy We made it, boss. We made it. We can finally move out of that moldy semi-basement office and finally place with some sunlight. Remember how they scoffed at us? Come on, let's go. Let's do some interviews, get paid, make a name for ourselves. Survivors, my ass. So just hold on a little longer, okay? Mancha Land. Boom your smiles of joy. Oh, Mancha Land, let's all dream free here. We hope you're staying away from here. Put bags at the gate. They were likely turned moments before they escaped. Bitten by a small fry, going by the speed she turned. The higher up the bloodstream you go, the faster the transformation occurs. Some powerful blood fiends can make it happen at will or set it to occur at a time of their choosing. Hey, you guys seem like the experts here. Got any tips for newbies like us? Bro tips? I've got one. I'll accept you're dead if you don't have what it takes. Getting turned into a blood fiend's blood bag is no different from death, you know. That's easy. I'm always ready to accept that anyway. Alright, let's get to work!
Limbus Company の皆さんとご一緒できて本当に嬉しいです。
위험인물 발견.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 안에 숨쉬는 자 살려보내지 마라. 말로 받아라. 저 해충들을 도려내. 물넘고
실수를 세우는 것이 자산이다.
제철.
차포잡이.
오여.
예상한 것보다 움직임이
길을 열어.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 뭐라 넣었어도 너는 못 따라나. 감회가 새로워요.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
불가 위야. 막아내지.
빈틈수성은
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 넌 마음으로 떨어졌지. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없고.
누가 이에 의뢰했다면
죽었네. 다음은 어디로?
囚人の皆さんの状態に何か変化が。
일기당천. 하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제철.
ダンテさんの作戦とても効果的でした。敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました。
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 몰아넣었으니 더는 못 따라나.
대검의 머리가 쪼개지진 않았을 테.
敵は深手を負っています。
날개를 펼치고 바람 불어오는데 걸어 짓밟아라.
ドクターのように優れた指揮ですね。 행복한 미소가 쏟피는 곳, 혈기와 함께 꿈꾸는 자유로운 공간, 라완천랜드에 오신 걸 환영합니다.
La Mancha Land, boom your smiles of joy. La Mancha Land, a place of freedom to dream side by side with blood fiends. We wish you a wonderful stay here. Admission ends in 5 minutes. Please form a line and enter in an orderly fashion. Remember, enter through the back left and exit through the back left.
왼쪽에 뒤쪽
Entry may be difficult once the admissions are over, so please wait by the gate with your blood packs.
몇 시간 후에
Well then,
다시
I
볼
hope
수
I'll be
있는
seeing
자들이
some of you again in a few hours. The fixer's cold voice contrasted with the cheerful voice echoing from the announcement. She really likes making things ominous, doesn't she? Virgilius only gave us a light on. Strangely enough, his attitude was aloof. His aloof attitude was what gave me peace of mind. And the last thing I saw before the gate shut behind us was the odd look on the eyes of every P Corp employee, all intensely fixed on the closing gate of La Mancha Land, as if they didn't even want to miss a little glimpse of it.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가 무엇을 바꾸었는지를.
Of what peril befell us in the case of La Mancha Land in our encounter with the Blood Fiends. Interesting statement.
햇대에서 내려 전장으로.
Earlier, they assigned the gathered fixers with
우리는
areas.
다른 구역이네요.
Ah, looks like we'll be going our separate ways here. Different area.
살아서 만나면 좋겠어요.
Here's hoping we'll both be alive the next time we meet. It seemed that the Bloodfiend Hunters were assigned to Area 3, Jaji Chun to Area 2, and us to Area 1.
잘 부탁드려요.
Oh great, it's this rat bastard! Pleased to be working with you guys. Name's Hugo. The fixer from earlier, whose name was Hugo, appeared visibly relieved that he was assigned the same area as us.
그리고 방금 바닥에서 이런 걸 주웠답니다. 남한차랜드 지도예요. 저 참 쓸모 있는 동료가 될 것 같지 않나요?
Hey, look what I found. A map of La Mancha Land. That's how you know I'm the ace of the team. Okay, let's see what we got here. For your mental, Eternal Carnival. Wait, what's this last one here? Pretty and wonderful. Alright. Okay, so let me look at here. Brick's asking what would you do if you were spawned in the city in which any era. So if Persona's saying if it's before the LobCorp events, the thumb. If it's Limbus, it's the middle. Alright. Yes, you just picked up one of the dozens of papers strewn about the entrance. This is an amusement park brochure with a map on it.
저 사무소 놈들이랑 같은
I don't even want to imagine what those brutish office guys would have done to me if I got lumped in with them. Who knows, they might have killed me as soon as the gate closed, or worse, they might have left my name out of the eradication fee recipients. Just awful. So, what did you guys say you were? Limbus company office, right? It seems that he was under the impression that we were one of the numerous no-name fixer offices, but I really didn't feel the need to correct them. Ah, man, sucks being a small-timer, huh? We always get left out of the good stuff. Not like those Sinkers Y Association offices who always get the top of the billing.
아니, 그렇지 않다네. 해결사들은 모두 의롭고
Don,
존경받아야 마땅할 존재들이야.
you don't have to clarify to this guy. This guy's a rat bastard. Nay, 'tis untrue. Every fixer honored be their great valor and righteousness deserved respect. Long have I dreamt of becoming a fixer myself. A fixer that fixes things thus. A fixer is a fixer of injustices. A fixer of the downtrodden fortunes. A fixer of all things, all that is unjust. Thus, once we survive this encounter with this liquid place hand in hand, all shall rethink their impression of us fixers. Wherefore art thou giving me such a terrifying look? Kiddo, what you just said was, you don't just say stuff like, once we survive this, it's, never mind. The survivors are, okay, let's go find the device in Area 1 then.
팸플릿을 보니 참 다양한 기구가 있는 것 같소.
A glance of
그리고 이곳은 프리
at the brochure reveals many a kind of rides here, and we are at the pretty and wonderful place. Installed here are rides and attractions called Fixer for a Day, Fashionista Show. All that stuff just sounds like your typical amusement park stuff. It's even got themes. What rested the incipience of this place, I must wonder. I don't know, but it ain't our business to know in it. I ask nonetheless, for I must wonder that, shrouded beneath the scars of time, why is the place of joy it once claimed to be? Laughter from the heart and unforced. It begins again! The eradication party! More humans, more excitement, more excited humans! Oh, if they only held this party more often, 3 times a day! So I'll send you one back out there with 2 days to live. Go tell the boss who sent you here. So we look forward to their visit later. How about this? Tell us where the device is and I'll kill you painlessly. Oh, I like it. I love it. Words splendid. Words so nasty, yet blood so tasty. Don't be so hasty though. We've got plenty of events to cover: fashion shows, popularity contests. So, oh wow, so exciting, right? So this is now has made mockery of thy guests and fixers. Oh, almost forgot the most important thing. Can't have you skating around here looking so unfashionable. You know that, right? Can't have our guests wearing rags that look like they've been stitched together from the rat hides. I'll get in trouble. What, all of us? Hey, look closer. At least I don't look half bad, right? We'll dress you all in pretty dresses and suits. Put you up for display in the powder room and nibble you slowly for a week. What should I taste first? I'm so excited! There are a lot of butt fiends here. Can you guys handle them? Worry not, for Nod has put a moratorium on their desk here. They appear to be much inferior to the one we engage aboard the train. I believe they are at best as strong as a prosthetic fixer. Most likely weaker. Joey, good and all that. Let's go smash them then! When Heathcliff's charge as our signal, the sinners advance, leaping into the horde of butt fiends.
뛰어난 병사라도 적재적소에 쓰지 않으면 무위무능한 법. 우선 전황부터 살피지. 목을 콱 물어버리자. 나머지는 칼을 들을 일 아닌가. 불가 위.
시비수에게 명한다.
망명하군요. 숨소리지 깨우치시게.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말
말로 받아라.
매일
저들을 도려내.
물넘고 감회가 새로워요.
꺾고 제쳐라.
오야.
길을 열어. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠고.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
고작 이 정도 탕후의 허덕이나.
최선의 방어를. 대검의 머리가 옳다.
죽었네. 다음은 어디로?
저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면 그 용도를 고민하는 것이 상책이지.
He needs some time to collect myself, sorry.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
넘고
꺾고 제쳐라.
미워하군.
토끼를 보내라. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘야. 길을 열어라. 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나 혈염도 바로. 뭐야?
ドクターのように優れた式ですね.
대검의 머리가 쪼개지진 않았지.
판도는 유리하나 교만하면 뒤집어지는 법.
그래서 어떠라는 거지?
경계. 그걸 꼭 말로 해야 하나? 목을 콱 물어버리자고.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 또 한 줄 길을 남겼군.
Yeah, I think I got a little tired. It's okay.
세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가 무엇?
Wherein is discussed the battle that found Limbus Company in Don Quixote. Yeah, I'm okay, Brick. I'm okay.
하라고?
Yeah, I'm just... It's been a long day.
뭐 최선은 다해보.
敵が来ます。皆さん、戦闘の準備を。
위험인물 발견.
12수에 나왔다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자라 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
단테님은 매번 기발한 발상을 떠올리시네.
너는 못 따라나.
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상 낙장 불입이랍니다.
Wait, you're sleep deprived too, Brick? God damn.
아, 여기서 이런 공격이 잘못되면
물론 꺾고 제쳐라. 오야. 길을 열어라. 다음은 어디로?
敵は深手を負っています。
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요.
내 방어를.
유효하군.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
차포장이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
God damn it, Hongwoo. Or was it Isong? Sorry. God damn it, Isong.
물론껏 꺾고 제차.
効果的な攻撃ですね。
놀랐어?
Here we go.
이 풍진 세상에서 힘껏 살아가느라 수고 많으셨어요. 이제 모든 짐 놓으셨으니 그 끝에 고요한 휴식이 있기를.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
혈염도 바로.
토끼를 본다. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
불가피하다면 빛을 세우는 것도 시작합니다.
묘야. 길을 열어라. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
모든 것에 견뎠어.
このまま行けば敵を食い止められます。
불가 위약. 막아내지 못하리.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Oh great, more blood fiends to... More of them to kill.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가 무엇을 바꾸었는지를.
Alright, give me a minute. Alright, getting closer. Of the tale which the fallen bloodlings have failed to tell despite their best endeavors.
사냥감인가 몸이.
Don't kill me. It's been 200 years since I was this full. Can you imagine what it feels like to have the ravenousness eat you alive for 2 whole centuries? Please. I got so excited. I'll live like I did before in the shadows, so I could only even exist.
상치가 있는 곳을
Tell us where the
말한다.
device is and I'll think about it. Head over to that attraction over there. I'll let you in on a shortcut that will lead you straight to the button. Just follow me. Enter and immediately turn right. Oh, nice. Immediately turn right. And we shall not bargain with villains. Canst thou not see the corpses the villain has left in their wake?
저 악인에게 덮쳐진 지
Our innocent victims, lo, some of them appear to be fresh bodies. The closer we got to the attraction, the more roads became riddled with mangled corpses. Don Quixote was right, some of them did look pretty new, some of them only hours since their death at most. Of course, Otis did not appear even remotely receptive to her reasoning. We could have saved much time with that shortcut. There are times when we must compromise with our foes to give us an advantage in the grand scheme of... Alas!
악인과 손을 잡고 시간을 줄였다 해도
Yet what meaning shall that shortcut signify if thy path is one guided by the hand of the wicked? How are you still on How are you still on about that nonsense, you little... Wait, what the last be? It ain't the first time, innit? Look alive, we've got more of them incoming. Holy crap, there's more of them!
즐거움 언제나 순탄치 않았고 때로는 어설펐지만 여러분과 함께하는 여행은 늘 제 마음을 설레게 만들었답니다. 그렇게 여기서 멈추고 싶지 않고 넓어주마. 다들 점점 정도 탕내의 허덕이나 정말 강해지셨네요. 혈염도 바로 매일 보아하는데도 뭐야 타라.
ドクターのように優れた式ですね。
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어. 고작 이 정도 탕후의 허덕이나. 다음은 어디로?
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 저긴 멀겠지만. 옳다. 効果的な攻撃でした。
모든 것에 견뎠어.
敵は深手を負っています。
Right.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어. 말로 받아내라. 저 해충들을 도려내. 넘고 물 넘고 꺾고 제철.
단테님은 매번 기발한 발상을 떠올리시네요.
몸소 보여주지.
最善の選択だったはずです。
어떻게 대관원을 숙청해 왔는지.
Right away, the unbreakable coin Chester. So you say.
저분은 어디 아프신 걸까요? 아까랑 다르게 기운이 없어 보여요.
위험인물 발견.
12수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려주지 마라. 정질났나?
깨우치시길.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
실수일지 의도일지 저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면 그 용도를 고민하는 것이 상책이지.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
괜찮으셨네.
고작 이 정도 향로의 허덕이나.
잡고자보다
넌 푸름을
예상한
틔울 수도
것보다
없겠구나.
움직임이 더 좋구나.
Huh. Unlike the blood bags back on the train, these ones can't come back from that. They were all once fixers seeking riches, civilians turned guests, drawn to this place by its music, each dreaming a dream of their own. I don't know since when, but I've stopped feeling anything sort anything about killing things like them. Yeah. Sinclair replied, thrusting his weapon into the skull of the dying boss bag.
주머니들이 사용하는 무기.
Hey, the weapons are well
봤던
used.
카세트.
Don't they kind of remind you of that weapon that that Cassetti was using, decorated with blood and coagulated blood, identical to his weapon in essence? Is this how all blood fiends fight? If we're using Moses' family analogy, maybe there's something like his old close relatives.
아까 그 혈귀들이 가리킨 놀이기구가
This must be the attraction from that the blood fiend from earlier was talking about. Looks like this one's the main attraction of this area. Bereft of choices, we are thus compelled to enter.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면
Alright, give me a minute.
그제야 알게 되겠지.
Russian, you're saying I'll be bursting your ears when I see the final cutscene, huh?
뭘 바꾸었지를.
Oh, I figure it's gonna be a while before we get there. Pretty and wonderful, huh? Okay, hold on, gotta blink my eyes for a bit.
움직이는 먹인 자 재밌겠군.
1구역의 핵심 어트랙션 판타지 블러드 슈팅에 오신 여러분들 환영합니다.
Okay, sorry, hold on. Recovering. Welcome, one and all, to the main attraction of Area 1, Fantasy Blood Shooting Range. Things might get a little too spooky for little ones, so hold on tight to your mommy and daddy's hands. Oh, and don't forget about the Fashionista show attraction. We worked really hard on it. Please pay a visit to pick up a free souvenir gift. Yeah, Sancho, sheesh! He's spooky when you're staring again, your grace. Well, I'm thinking of giving out a few souvenirs here. Lady Dulcinea won't stop teasing me about how my attraction doesn't get a lot of visitors. Well, what the heck? Is this place run by a bunch of amateurs or something? Wanna know something? The quality of audio has found significant improvement in this recording. Long ago. Forever ago, really. Blood fiends and humans weren't as friendly as we were today. How sad and tragic was that? Today, hitting each other like cats and dogs, their every meeting resulting in big brawls. Blood fiends hunted every human they saw, while humans returned blood fiends' appetite for human blood with hatred for their kind. Oh no, bad blood fiends are trying to eat those humans. Whatever shall we do? Whatever shall we do? Alright, talk them out of it. Wrong answer. Think again. Who's next? Hark! They must be punished with impunity so that they may never again hurt the humans. Correct. Yeah. Very well. Then here's a chance for you to defeat those bad blood fiends. How splendidly exciting is this? In that land, there won't be any wearisome battles to fight. No constant fear of getting devoured. There shall be only laughter.
자가당착이로다. 흔치 않은 기회니 이 틈에 승기를 굳히자꾸나. 불가 위야.
말로 받아내라.
막아내지 못하리.
괜찮아. 주들을 도려내.
이럴 때도 있는 법이죠.
물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました。
최선의 방어를.
오야. 길을 열어라.
차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
タンタさんの特典とても効果的でした。
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 멀겠지만.
단테님은 매번 기발한 발상을 떠올리시네요.
시비수에게 숨쉬는구나. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허가야.
첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요.
넌
매일
튀울 수도
보아하는데도
없겠구나.
지금은 감회가 새로워요. 이 풍진 세상에서 힘껏 살아가느라 수고 많으셨어요.
불가 위약.
이제 모든 짐
마감해주는
놓으셨으니
사이. 틈을
끝에
이제
고요한 휴식이
깨우치시길.
効果的な攻撃でした。
놀랐어?
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상 낙장 불입이랍니다.
Alright, hit it.
바람 불어오는데요. 짓밟아라. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 죽었네. 넌 어디로?
이 풍진 세상에서 힘껏 살아가느라 수고 많으셨어요. 이제 모든 짐 놓으셨으니 그 끝에 고요한 휴식이 있기를.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
목을 떨고
들었어? 빈틈 투성이네.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
이제 깨우치시길.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
모든 것을 견뎠어.
판도는 유리하나 교만하면 뒤집어지는 법.
그래서 어떠라는 거지?
경계. 그걸 꼭 말로 해야 하나?
위험인물 발견. 제압할게요.
Alright.
이제 깨우치시길.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
자, 이제 우리 어린이 친구들이 제일 좋아하는 시간입니다.
Alright, give me a minute. Alright, let's keep this going. Now, I'm sure you kiddos are most excited for this part of the attraction. Welcome to today. I'm this area's fixer attraction. When the bad blood fiends appear, use those toy clubs we handed out earlier by the entrance to knock them all down. Adults can play too. Now beat that stress out of your system. No, we don't need blood fiends pretending like those fake toy clubs hurt. Not anymore. Only the real blood fiends remain here now. Okay, looks like there's something different about this.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼구나. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
Wherein is learned the unexpected truths regarding blood fiends.
무얼
Okay.
지정 보호 구역의 소요 사태 확인.
죽음께서
지정 보호 구역.
최선을 다해볼게.
걸맞는 곳이어야 할 거다.
잠깐.
걸맞는 곳이어야 할 거다.
목표 위치로 돌격 중.
Now the blood fiends who want to hurt humans have all been driven underground. Only the kind-hearted, righteous blood fiends remain on the surface. They made a pinky promise with humans that they won't covet human blood anymore. That they'd live peacefully, happily ever after together. Because what's better than peace, right? Oh, but look! The bad, no good blood fiends are crawling back up to the surface again. Sneaking, slithering up to drink human blood! Alright. Back to business. Okay. One wrath, one glut, one lust, one envy. What's that pride?
일기당천. 하나 넘고 둘 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 내일 좋아하는
목을 떨고 주마.
지금 감회가
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 혈염도 바로 모아쳐라.
그만둘 생각이 없어 보이네요. 저분이 포기하지 않는 건 악에 바친 고집 때문일까요? 아니면 차마 내려놓을 수 없는 자신만의 이유 때문일까요?
좋아, 간다.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 말로 받아내라. 저 행수들을 도려내.
넘고 둘 넘고
오야. 길을 열어라. 몰아넣었으니 더는 못 따라나.
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한번 베푸면 약간 부리랍니다.
다음은 어디로? 마음 놓고 열어젖히고. 놈이 튀울 수도 없구나.
敵は深手を負っています。
Okay.
템포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임도 좋구나.
도끼를 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
이제 깨우치시길.
묘여. 길을 열어라. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
적군의 함정인가? 물려라. 내가. 아니, 아직 수는 남았다.
뭐라니 없어. 더는 못 따라나.
최선의 방어.
유래했다면. 아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
일기당천.
이제 깨우치시길. 이제 깨우치시길.
단테님은 매번 기발한 발상을 떠올리시네요.
Okay. I definitely am extremely tired.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
Okay, this is going to be much more difficult than I thought. Hold on.
무얼 바꾸었지를.
Alright. One more and then I gotta wrap this up. So I can shower and go to bed. I'll have a follow-up tomorrow, I promise. I promise. Oh, hey, Snack.
최선을 다.
걸맞는 곳이어야 할.
각종 악인들을 뒤쫓아서.
Yeah, I understand, Snack. Everyone falls asleep around these hours. Our human friends grew scared that the big, bad, scary blood fiends might come back to hurt them again, spending every hour of the night trembling in fear of the no-good blood fiends, not even getting a wink of rest. And you know how important sleep is to skin membrane maintenance. A bad sleep cycle is a leading cause of hair loss and various nasty skin conditions. Hey, she's got a point. That's when the fixer, righteous and just, comes up with an idea most ingenious. What if, and I mean really, what if we could create a place in which humans and blood fiends may coexist in happy harmony? The kindly blood fiends will protect humans from evil blood fiends, while humans will voluntarily share their blood with the kindly blood fiends. How's that? Now isn't that really an idea most ingenious?
사람들의 피를 탐하기만 하는 혈기들과 어떻게?
Tis an impossible task. How can humans coexist with blood fiends, those villains who have not but the base craving for human blood in their craven hearts? Well, it's only natural that such a grand, impressive ideals will be met with some resistance. But a great leader is often flanked by capable vassals who help them realize their ambitions, and soon, La Mancha Land was born! La Mancha Land, where your smiles of joy bloom. La Mancha Land, where everyone can dream free! Look around, all. Look at all the smiling blood fiends giving you a toothy grin!
자가당차기로다. 흔치 않은 기회니 이 틈에 승기를 굳히자꾸나.
말로 받아내라.
괜찮아요, 단테님. 이럴 때도 있는 법이죠.
저 해충들을 도려내라. 물넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 오여. 길을 열어라.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 보아왔는데도 지금
물넘고
감회가 새로워요.
꺾고 제쳐라.
단테님은 매번 기발한 발상을 떠올리시나요? 저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상 낙장 불입이랍니다.
날개를 펼치고 12수의 발톱을 걸어.
몰랐어?
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라. 혈염도 바로 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
向こうにも事情があるのでしょう。ですが私たちは止まれません。
일기당천. 나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면
차포장이라.
바람 불어오는
것보다
대로
움직임이 더 좋구나.
짓밟아라.
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
일기당천. 바람 불어오는 대로 짓밟아라. 하나 넘고 둘 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
옳다.
친히 목을 떨궈주마. 죽었네. 다음은 어디로?
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
敵に大丈夫。大きな打撃を与えました。
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
敵は深手を負っています。
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
Alright.
토끼를 본다. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘야. 길을 열어라. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 몸소 보여주지. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 혈염도 바로.
There we go.
빈틈투성이네.
And that's the situation over and dealt with. Damn. Well, ooh, oh my. Do you see that one thing that's missing from the perfect Omancho land? Well, I mean, how long is she going to yammer on for? One question, it's like she's underestimating us. Talking our ears off with some nonsense drivel before sitting in her minion. Boy, you're listening, ain't ya? I don't think I forgot you were replying to us earlier. Oh, really? Do you really not see what's missing? What's your in Omancho and shouldn't one rightly wear something that befits the occasion? Sorry, hold on. What's your Nuamacho and shouldn't one rightly Wear something that befits the occasion.
이왕이면
Nah. How could I forget those elegant yet tastefully flamboyant masks? Just like this. This feels much more like a festival now, doesn't it?
라만차 랜드에서 뛰쳐나왔던 피주머니
Now we
분들이
know who really did those pretty
예쁘게
makeovers
단장해
for our
주신
blood
분인지
bag friends with
이제
Skipper
알 것
Manjoan.
같네.
Quite the luridly repugnant habit she has.
뻔한 아름다움을 추구하나.
Hackneyed and boring sense of beauty. Hardly worth my time.
여러분 덕에
Thanks to all of you, La Mancha Land found perfection. With this quarrel quelled, blood fiends and humans can now live together in harmony, living everlasting festivities.
이번 모험가는
Final tally is that bad evil blood fiends our kindly adventurer has slain is. I forgot to count somewhere in the middle. Anyways, you sure killed a lot of those big bad blood fiends. One more for the road.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면
Alright.
공허는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
Time to pick up that banner first and
이
foremost.
홍로가 무엇을 바꾸었는지를.
Can't get the thread. Okay, so already maybe a quarter of the way through this whole thing. Okay, I think it's starting to get late. I am going to have to end this stream a little early. I will continue this tomorrow after maintenance period. Maybe sometime in the morning? Yeah, anyways. So I gotta end this all for now. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.